Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Play Dicely. My name is Teni Dicely, and I am the Game Master for these sessions. And as per the norm, I am joined by my lovely cast and group of friends. Good evening to the lot of you.
Good evening.
Hello.
It is a bit of a tense evening. If you've watched the previous episode, we've had 2 weeks in between this session and the last session, and everybody's just been 2 weeks of, oh, Danny, I'm so sad and so scared. And I'm like, oh, come on, guys.
Oh, come on, guys.
Oh, come on.
What's wrong with feelings or something?
It's your own fault, guys.
Thanks,
that part's not wrong.
No, it's been a very nervous 2 weeks. I am included in that. And also, thank you to Colossus for the subscribe during the standby there. Thanks, buddy. Hello, Jonimus. Hello, all the folks in the chat. It's so good to see you all. Thank you for coming to support us while we go through these hard times that that I've created and inflicted upon these poor people.
Yep. I think I can blame Matt for some of it, right?
Yeah,
what we decided.
Leave Matt out of this. None of this is his fault. Matt, I got you.
Refuse to believe that.
Oh. He told us last night he was just having a really nice, found family group, and then Denny was like, "I'm actually gonna destroy everything you love."
Yeah, I was like, "Hey, Matt, I'm gonna apply to you what I do to them."
Welcome to the show.
Nice
You're the
found
full
family.
spirits.
Denny, what if made evil?
Well, that's something to talk about in an after party. How about, I don't have much in the way of announcements, so I'm just gonna pass it over to Dallas.
Oh boy. Hey, you guys been watching Storm Chasers? Are you really sad like I am? Maybe we should watch Storm Chasers. It's way happier. We're 9 episodes in now, I think. There's 3 more to go. We're almost done the season, so you guys should get caught up now so you can watch the finale as it comes out. So episode 11 is probably my favorite. I'm not just saying that because Jackie's like the whole episode, but it's a good one. Also 12. I'll talk about 12 when we get there next time. 12 is really good opening. You should watch it. I'm stressed. There's some links. Goodbye.
Thank you, Dallas.
Glowing review of your own show.
Yeah.
It's happier than this.
Oh, boy. And Ryan with the Tim Tabletop-ishness.
Hear the music, Denny. Hi there. Have you ever heard of a man called Teni Tabletop? Well, when he's not creating music for people of the internet to create their own fun stories and have great times, he's making moves behind the scenes, you see. He just recently struck a deal working with a board game company coming up with a new game called Distilled, a game that's about running your own whiskey distillery. That, upon a quick glance, reminds me a great deal of Wingspan. And if you enjoy that game, this game will most likely be up your alley. So, if you want to support the game, go to www.distilledgame.com and pre-order it because the game's already been backed. So don't worry, your money's going to get you something. So please, go to the website and check it out. And once you're done there, go to Timmy's Patreon and, subscribe because he makes some amazing music and he made 6 amazing tracks, one of which you're hearing right now, for this game that will be coming out in tandem with the partnership. So, with all that said, thank you, Timmy.
And thank you, Ryan, for that promotion.
Yeah, I thought I'd set the mood. We're going into a really happy session today.
This game looks cool, though.
And
It's fun, yeah.
And Anthony's got the thank you follows.
Yeah, we got 3 amigos today. We got to thank Kokomito. We have Mircups Math, and we have Ringo Jebedias. Thank you, all 3, for supporting the channel, and thanks all who have supported so far. We appreciate you.
Yes, we thank you all 3.
Welcome to the funeral.
You have followed and now you are here. Press F to pay respects in the chat. And would you guys like to start playing D&D?
You
I don't
tell
know.
me.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's play.
Yes.
Let's play. Let's see how she goes.
Yes.
I need to feel things.
Do it, but I'll complain the whole time.
I don't want to feel anything.
Colossus and Jonathan with the Fs. You guys are rock.
Thanks.
Best quick time event ever.
Oh boy. All right. So, let's get this all set up here. Where we left off in our last session, the Seekers of Sickermund in the middle of the night had been awakened by Bernarda from the Prolium champions in an attempt to rescue Rollo. So the party joins Bernarda, sneaking through the streets using skill and magic, and they come to the warehouse district. They're brought to this warehouse with no windows, and it's a supposed storm guard hideout. Abe sneaks inside while invisible thanks to Elowin's magic, and the party learns from Bernarda that the whole event is a trap. And what they're after is Abe, who just went inside all on his own. The party viciously deals with Bernarda, ties her up, and Nell rushes in after Abe. The Seekers fight a mixture of thugs, magic users, and animated kegs and a large walking boiler. Bernarda frees herself from her restraints and attempts to join the fight, but Azaria knocks her out, but not before she reveals her affiliation with Malden, Abe's former deity of battle. The Seekers destroy the boiler, but discover that having dealt with it has initiated a pressure buildup within it, set to destroy the building. The party scrambles to find Rollo, and they successfully get him out of the building, just as Malej enforcers are arriving on the scene. And just before the building erupts in fire and stone. But not every member of the party made it out. So, here's what's going to be happening here, folks. This large, 120 foot by 80 foot warehouse is now up in flames. The roof is almost completely decimated. Any wooden supports and the catwalk within the building have been caught on fire, and the place is smoking and burning. And Elowin, you are flying in the sky at the moment, carrying these bunches of papers, waving down to Malej to just hold back just before that explosion happened. And you've whipped around to see 3 of your companions who've just come out that front door of that warehouse, unconscious on the ground from the force of that explosion. Gideon, you're out back of the warehouse, and your ears are bleeding. There's smoke, there's fire, there's heat, and the building has exploded, and Abe did not come out behind you. The Malej enforcers are they're beginning to mobilize and give commands among themselves as this building behind you is just being torn apart by flame. How we're going to be doing this is Elo and Gideon, as the people who are still conscious, we're going to be kind of running this in initiative. So we're going to start with the conscious people first. And I got all the players who are currently down, which is Abe, Drac, Nell, and Azaria, to roll their death saves between last session and this session. I have those numbers recorded. I'm going to be keeping track of the rounds, marking down the death saves, and you will try to get as many of them up as you can. Of course, we're going to still be trying to respect movement, distance that was traveled. If somebody is revived, they'll get to act on the next turn. All right. So, the Malej are yelling at each other. Those of you with fire resistance, get those drunk. You're going to be mobilizing around and securing the perimeter. Those of you who don't, get ready with those water spells. Douse that flame. Elowin, what are you up to? What are you going to do? You are about 120 feet out from the warehouse, based on your flying speed. Nell was about 60 feet away from you. And then Drac is about 10 feet from the warehouse, and Azaria 20 feet.
And Rollo's up with them as well, right?
Rollo is on the ground.
On the
He's
ground.
not in the best physical condition, but aren't exactly
I
sure
actually
whether
don't
he's
care.
conscious or not. Yeah. Wow.
I care so little. I don't know why I asked. Right. Right. I flew out here, yelling at the Malege. Building explodes. Whip around. Everyone around me, behind me, is unconscious. I think without thinking, she like flies back towards the building. She's not very far off the ground. We're only like 10 feet off the ground, 5 feet off the ground. We didn't go very high.
Okay.
We whip back. Nell is the first person that I run into, and I can't go past her. I can't just leave her there. I think I land. I have one healing potion in my bag. I'm gonna take that out. I'm gonna pour it into her mouth.
All right, that'll use your action. You're also gonna have to set down those papers.
Sure, we'll put the papers on the ground here. That's fine.
Okay.
Pour that into Nell's mouth. As you come to consciousness, I'd like to say just like,
Nell, I need you to listen to me very closely, okay? You have a healing potion on you. I need it.
Okay.
that's all I can do this turn. But if you can hand me that, that would be very helpful.
She'll be able to do that on her turn next round. Furthermore, let's roll the 2d4 plus 2 for Nell's healing.
Oh my god. Am I rolling that?
Yep, go for it.
5.
Now you have 5 hit points.
And second level exhaustion.
The second level of exhaustion, as per our house rules. Getting in the back of the building. What are you up to? There is fire ripping out the door and then has receded as the initial force of the explosion has kind of gone back in. Pieces of wood have come down and have kind of fallen inward into the structure. Also, you're muted.
Okay. So is the building has crumbled, or is it crumbling?
It's mostly like the roof and the upper portions have crumbled in. Like it still has the walls and the door.
Okay. Could I... So I know where Abe was stood when the explosion happened.
Yeah.
Could I peek through the door to see if I could see Abe?
There is a possibility you might incur some damage.
I am aware.
Right. Peek inside the door. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, what the fuck? That roll? Oh, that
I
was
don't see
something.
anything.
Okay. Sorry, I heard a roll noise from roll 20. 13.
Looking around in approximately the position where you had left him, you do see that there are a couple of bodies on the floor in this room. One of them has stones have fallen in on them, and another of them has a wooden beam that has fallen on them. Also, high or low, Gideon?
Low.
I rolled a 19, unfortunately. You're going to take 3 fire damage as you get close to the heat.
Yep. Gideon will shout after Abe, just shouting his name. No response, I assume.
The body does not move. And the fire continues to just roar as you are sticking your head in this burning building and trying so desperately to call out for your companion.
I take that cloak that was thrown over my head at the end of last session, and I try to use it as sort of a block to the heat. And I go in.
All right. We'll say you get the distance because it was only 20 feet in.
Yeah.
You see a portion of the building has fallen onto, like, there are pieces of stone fallen onto Abe and that wooden beam. You only see the hand of Bernarda from underneath a pile of stones.
Or you said Abe is the one with the wooden beam?
Abe is still accessible. Bernarda is
Okay.
basically crushed.
Okay. How heavy is this beam looking?
You can find out on your next turn because you used your perception as your action.
Yep.
That's the end of the first round. I'm going to be marking off these death saves. Nell is up.
Hands shaking, I reach into the bag and I pass the last potion I have to Elowen. And then I try to like woozily roll over, get to my feet. How far away is everyone?
Azaria is 40 feet from where you guys are, and Drac and Rolo are 50 feet.
Shit. Okay.
And also, you're going to have to stand up, which will cost you half your movement.
Oh my god, so I can move 15 feet. Okay. Alright, I stand up. Or sorry, I'm just trying to put it into perspective. Ria's 40 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, all right. I'll stand up. And I'll move 15 feet, right? Or wait, how much do I have then?
So, because of your exhaustion,
I already halved, so it's like I have 7 feet or something.
would bring it rounded down to 5.
Shit. Christ. Okay. Then if I were to even dash, that would get me, what, 20? I would get 20 feet total.
You get 10.
Cool. Okay. Terrible. Okay, instead, I'm going to reach into my bag and I'm going to pull out the scroll of Revivify. I'm going to hand that to Elowen too. I'm going to say, like, get to Drac, please. I think I can get to Rhea eventually. Just get to Drac.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah, you can absolutely give her the scroll. Elowen, are you proficient in religion?
I sure am.
It's not for her to use on Drac.
I could use it though, right? If push came to shove, I just have to roll. I think by our home rules that I was reading
so.
earlier today, in the event that this was a problem that came up.
Yeah, I'll have to pull up those rules myself, but I believe that's correct.
I think I have to make a wisdom roll.
Okay, so what if I use it as my economy now? I'm just trying to figure out, like, even get anywhere right now at all. Like what if I giving the 2 things to Elowen, was either of those an action?
I'll say it's fine.
Okay, then I'm going to...
Because Elowen could technically use one object interaction herself to, like, take one of them from me, and you could use the other one, your free action to give one to her.
Okay, then I'm going to, as a bonus action, cast Misty Step to at least get 30 feet closer to Rhea. And I guess, like, with my action, I can just get to them?
Yeah.
Okay. That's my turn.
All right. Elowen.
I'm gonna fly to Drac. I don't love asking Azaria to do that.
One sec, sorry. I just rolled under for my wild magic.
Cute.
Wait, so you've activated your surge?
Unintentionally, yep.
Holy shit. No.
Because I just cast a spell. Or wait, yeah, because I was at a 6 and I just rolled a 5. So
Okay, hold on while I get the sorcerer table up here. Go ahead and roll your D100 for me.
I like that you say hold on as if we'll be doing anything else.
Hey guys, can you just, hold that thought for just like 1 second. Okay. 18.
So now you cast that spell and teleport closer to Azaria. Also, what is the kind of flavor of your Misty Step?
In this specific instance, I'm like crawling across the ground, like staggering up, and like midway stagger, it's like I kind of like glitch out of where I was and kind of like glitch back where I was. I stumble the last like remaining amount of space and then kind of collapse next to Rhea, like my hand just as close to them as I can get.
As your hand gets close, you don't fail to notice a feathery sensation as your hand comes up and this beard of feathers.
Fucking that was not the
Just a mild inconvenience in this incredibly serious moment as your magic has given you a beard of feathers.
God, I was pooping my pants right there.
I think I just scream like fuck off! Fuck off! And that's it.
Right. So Elwyn, you are flying to Drac.
I'm going to Drac, yeah. With the flying speed, I think I can get to him. 60 feet, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You've even got 10 feet to spare.
Great. I can land beside Drac and pour the other health potion on him.
All right, go ahead and roll the 2d4.
I'm shaking. 10.
Drac, you come up with 10 HP. You are still alive.
Wow.
Oh god.
Just as some flavor, when you arrive next to Drac, you don't see Rollo anywhere because he's underneath Drac's body. Drac covered Rollo entirely to protect him from the fire, and you can see his back is just completely charred, and it basically burned his tunic off, and his holy symbol is on the ground, having the rope having been burned as well. Drac shakes his head and stands up.
I'll pick that up and I'll hand it back to you.
We need you. Azaria's down over there. I don't know where Abe and Gideon are.
We'll find them. Thank you, my friend.
Do you have any health potions?
No. But I can heal.
Okay. Maybe you should head around back.
Okay.
Rollo on the ground is just like groaning, and he's just not very capable of his own movement at the moment. But he is still conscious.
All right.
Before we move to Gideon, the Malej forces some of them begin to go down the alleyway between the warehouses, making their way to the back, while others, kind of still maintaining a bit of a distance, get up closer, and then a bunch of them pull out wands and begin casting spells simultaneously as Dazius, the black minotaur Justicar that was there with Falloon, seems to be in charge of this instance. And the wizards of the Malej begin conjuring this cloud over this warehouse. And then, from the cloud, you guys hear the gentle sounds of rain begin to come down and try and douse this fire. Gideon in the back. The cloak over your shoulders is actually seeming to protect you from the flame. This wooden beam that's laying across Abe, it might be hot to the touch, and it might be heavy. If you would like to get it off of him, you'll need to make an athletics check.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I have a shovel. Could I use that as a lever? Is there anything I could pitch it under to attempt to give myself some prying thing where I don't have to touch the beam itself?
There's probably a piece of the beam that's like laying across some of the stone. You could try and like hoist it off of that.
Okay. Yeah, Gideon will slot the shovel into a piece of cracked concrete and underneath the beam, and he'll just give it a push.
I'll let you do this athletics check with advantage.
Okay. Come on, Gid. Beat the odds, my boy, like you have so many times. How's a 17?
You heave down. With how weak in your current state you are, you might need to give it another go. That was your action. Is there anything else on your turn?
I interact with object, and I crack a signal flare. And I throw it out the door, just to signify that I'm inside.
Right. Brings us to the end of the second round. Drac is up. Abe and Azaria are still down. Come back to the top. Now you're closest to Azaria at the moment. We'll go with you first again.
Okay. I just kind of crawl over to them and I put my hands shaking on either side of their face and I cast Cure Wounds, only at a first level.
Okay, roll your healing.
Oh, pretty good. That's 10.
Azaria is still alive and you regain consciousness with 10 hit points.
Where is everyone?
I think everyone out here is okay. Maybe not Rollo, but I don't know about Gideon. I don't know about Abe.
Now you also feel the beard, like, it makes you, like, your nose a bit itchy.
Well, for my bonus action, I'm just gonna dig my fingers into my skin. I'm gonna rip as much of it as I can off.
Don't hurt yourself.
What's your strength mod?
I've got +3 to strength.
You take 7 points of damage.
Fucking kidding me. Cool, I collapse then.
And as you fall, the feathers just fall away.
Cool beans.
All right. Elwyn and Drac, you two are also up in the front and have not been revived this turn. You may act.
I can't really help anybody, Drac. It's probably better if you go first.
Drac will take off down the side of the warehouse, going around. Bonus action healing word on Nell as he goes, just to back up, because...
Hey, roll that healing.
It's a 4 plus 4, so that's 8 points of healing for you.
Thank you so much.
And another point of exhaustion.
Jesus Christ! Fucking hell!
Yep.
You just sit here. There's papers over there you can go pick up.
And then, so how far do I get down the side here? And can I see, like, the light from the signal flare, or does it just blend in with the fire?
Yeah, with your passive perception, I think you do detect that there is like some more of like a red hue further down,
Okay.
like bouncing off the wall. What is your full movement speed?
It's 40.
Were you dashing?
I was debating whether or not I need to dash.
Right. So I'm going to tell you now, you're probably going to need to dash because it was like an 80-foot wide building, so you're 40 feet at least to
wow,
get to the
okay,
side,
yeah.
and then 120 feet down.
Okay, so sprints 40 feet to the corner, snaps his fingers at Nell, and just says, "We need you," and hits the corner and dashes as far as he can get down the lane, the same way that they went before when they were sneaking around.
As you're rounding that corner there, you hear Malej that were coming up behind you to go down the alleyway as well. They said there were friendlies in the vicinity, so check your shots.
Will do.
They were saying that to each other.
Oh, okay. I just wave and keep going.
At the back of the warehouse.
Yep.
Yeah. We're going to Gideon. As you're pressing down on this lever, suddenly you find that it becomes a little bit easier. Abe's eyes flash up with blue. Adam, you've rolled a natural 20 on your death save.
No fucking way!
And you are back up with 1 hit point.
Oh my god!
Oh shit! How
You
long
see-
did you guys? No, how long were you guys sitting on that?
Sorry?
How long did you guys know that you had rolled that? Like, when did you guys?
Oh, I
when did you
rolled it
text?
on last, like,
The day after,
the
I think.
evening of the
Oh.
session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I will second wind. Because I have that. 5 plus 7.
I fucking love this game, guys.
God damn.
I like it more when we're all alive.
So I would be at 1, right, so
Plus-
13 total.
Yes.
Cool. And then with a metallic snarl, I will try to push this beam off of myself.
Abe
do
with me.
You may do so with advantage.
Welcome back.
26.
Gideon, you almost feel like you weren't much of a help as Abe just hucks this thing and the beam just flies like 10 feet.
I will attempt to mentally send a message to Elwyn because we had a connection. I don't know if it disappears when one party is knocked unconscious.
I'm not entirely sure. I'm just going to say it's still active.
Cool. We're alive.
Oh, thank God. And Gideon as well?
He is.
Okay.
We're
Abe?
heading out the back.
It's going to be half your movement to stand up. And it's 20 feet to the door. So how much movement do you got?
35 total, so that would be 15, I guess.
Alright, so you're not going to quite make it out. High or low?
High.
I rolled a 9. You are going to take some damage from the fire. 3.
3 damage.
3 fire damage. Gideon, you're still protected by the cloak.
I will look at Gideon, gesture to the door, and say, "That was a lot."
After you, Abe. We'll talk after.
We will. Eyes linger on Bernarda's hand for a second and then hobble towards the door.
Everyone is up and conscious, so we'll cut the initiative there. Drac, you make it around back and see as Gideon and Abe are just coming out the back, both of them quite scorched, smoke billowing out the door. Gideon, there's a bit of a cough in your lungs as you've inhaled some of that.
I'm going to roll anything for that.
Or make a con save.
Great. The first one.
Yeah, you're
19.
fine.
Yeah.
You've avoided some exhaustion.
Ishtak be praised. Come, my friends, let us get away from this hellish place.
And
I'm
Malesh
gonna-
come around the corner. Is there anybody else inside?
No.
All right,
Our
and
people are safe.
this guy turns to the others. All right, continue around the side. We're going to make sure that the whole place is... that nobody comes in and out. The three of you, get back to the front of the building.
Don't need to tell me twice. Drac walks away, holding his holy symbol in hand.
I'm gonna move over to Nell and Azaria and land beside them and just like,
Abe and Gideon are okay. You just heard from him. They're all okay. Everyone's okay.
We were lucky.
I guess it start the I'll scoop up Rollo and cast a Cure Wounds on him as well.
Yeah, he was protected majorly from the blast thanks to Drac's selfless covering. But he was a little burned. That probably soothed him a bit. You can go ahead and roll your hit points if you'd like.
Only 5.
All right.
And then I think I'll hand him to someone else. Because I think like just using that Cure Wounds with everything else, my 3 levels of exhaustion, I like kind of fall back down to my knees and just kind of start to like try to like stumble walk away from the building.
At this point, I come around the corner, and you can hand Rollo to me if you want.
Yeah, I'll do so.
As you guys recollect yourselves and kind of get your group together, eventually that burning building is reduced to a hush as that rain continues to fall and douse those flames. Until eventually smoke turns to steam and steam turns to heat. And then the night is silent once more. The Minotaur comes up to the group of you. Justicar Dazius. Oh, actually, I recognize a few of you. Are you all alright?
Alive?
That's good. What information do you have of what happened here?
there are papers somewhere, actually.
Yeah.
I'll go gather those back up.
We were just lured here to save him, and I point to Rollo.
Well, if that's what you were doing here, it looks like you did what you came here for. Where are you staying? What are your names?
Azaria, and I don't remember where we're staying. Hit my head.
The Wanderlust Inn is your aim.
I suddenly remember.
Not me frantically going back through my notes.
I was trying. I was like, I'm not there fast enough.
The one where Tyrone works.
You know, the turtle.
Tyrone Inn.
Oh boy.
I think
Well,
we
if
all
every-
give our names, and
If
Drac
everyone
will
will
add. We're the Seekers of Sacramento as a group.
All right, I'll make a note of that. All right.
I contacted Charity. I think that's why you're here.
Oh, that's also probably why we weren't immediately guns ablazing, so to say, once we came down here. So that was a smart call. I'm glad you're all okay. You're probably going to have to report to either the guards or Malaj in the morning, but someone will come to your inn to notify you of what will need to be done next. For now, you should go back to your beds, get a good night's sleep, and leave this to us at this point.
Do you have a couple you can spare for an escort?
Yeah, I'm sure that won't be a problem. And he turns around and like gestures to a couple guys. Walk these people home.
Thank you.
And then he walks away from you guys and continues to give orders as the Malej begin to make a proper like crime scene of this. Is anybody doing anything in particular?
Just
I just-
sticking to Abe like glue.
Yeah, I think when like Gideon and Abe would have come around the other side of the building, like I would have done my best to like say rush, but it was probably just like a very pained hobble. I just would have like checked you both over to make sure that you're okay.
I'm
You
breathing.
guys, okay.
I'm just going to gather back up all those papers that I grabbed. Stick back with the group.
The two Malej are ready and standby, ready to take you back to the inn. If you're ready to go.
Let's go back.
Let's get the hell out of here.
The two Malej enforcers bring you back to your inn. You guys get back. No much issue, but the sky is... The stars are blotted out as smoke still lingers in the atmosphere. It's like a piece of the river of Ao has almost been kind of wiped away. But you get back to your inn.
From the smoke, or it's actually gone?
Yeah, from the smoke.
Both.
Yeah.
Find out next
Staring
night.
at this at
Can
the
I
sky.
make a perception check?
Go ahead. Yeah,
Not
go ahead and
the
make a
time.
perception check.
I have disadvantage because I'm exhausted. Okay, that's still a 19.
You're pretty sure it's the smoke.
I think as I'm like, I think I'm probably like a good like 20 feet behind all of you because I'm so fucked up. I'll just be like, hey, Zarya, how literal are prophecies usually?
Well, I think they're usually kind of loosey-goosey things, but I think we're fine.
Okay, that's good.
So you guys
I
make
don't
it.
think our failed attempt in there at stopping a fire, caused the end of the world.
It depends how much we pissed off Malden.
Yeah, I can't imagine that this is going to be the last time that we run into folks like this.
You guys make it back to the inn. And the Malege return back to, well, you're not exactly sure where they head off to, but they head away. You guys are free to go to your rooms. Is anybody going to do anything before they sleep? Catch up?
Just before going to bed, I'll go to my room, get that letter for Elowen. If we have to run into the Malege about this, I think you might want this.
What?
It's from your nephew. I don't think you're going to be able to avoid seeing him, so...
Okay. I don't think I can sleep right now. Does anyone want to look at these documents with me?
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
I would like to as well.
Here, no, let me take a look at those injuries. Gideon pulls out his healer's kit.
If you could also maybe do something about the burn on my back, that would be appreciated.
Yeah, Dr. Gideon, reporting for duty.
And try to help too, good.
Do we want to just keep Rollo with us for now?
Must be the
Is he
arm
with
there.
us?
I've been carrying him this whole time.
Oh, Rollo. Wow.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. The Malege just kind of assumed he was with you.
Guess we could just
I
keep
guess
Rollo
so.
with us.
Lie him down on like a bench or something.
Is
Are we sure he's not part of this?
He just kind of groans as you lay him down. He still
As he's like
seems-
groaning and stuff, I'm like, I think that's a good sign that he's not part of this.
He was just bait.
Yeah, I don't think being tied up and gagged in a burning building is an honorable death by Malden if he's one of them.
Wait.
is Tyrone working, or like is someone behind the desk?
Can he tell
Oh
us
yeah,
a
he's
story?
there. He's just asleep. It's like 2 in the morning.
For sure.
I won't bother him. I'll go into the kitchen. I'm gonna get a bunch of glasses out if we're reading these things. And since we haven't used the alchemy jug, it's gonna be 4 gallons of beer tonight.
You may all have a point of inspiration.
Great.
Need that while I treat your wounds. Drink up.
As we all sit down, I reach out for Abe's hand. Are you okay? They were coming for you?
I have many thoughts right now. I may just sit in my room, actually.
Okay. I'm glad you're all right.
I'm glad you're all right as well. Yeah, he'll get up and head to his room.
Right. Anybody else doing anything?
Doctor stuff.
Read
Right.
these things with Elowen.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put all this out on the table.
Sure.
I
So,
have one more cure wounds if anyone needs it also. I don't know if people are that fucked up.
Think I'll make it through the night.
Is there a bottle of some strong spirit at the inn?
probably, but the kitchen is technically not open, even though Azaria just walked in there and, ransacked a couple of glasses for beer.
Well, I go in and I steal a bottle of the strongest spirit they have, and I leave. How much gold do I have to leave? I will leave 10 gold in the bottle's place. And I
All
say,
right.
well, we're gonna need to disinfect this. Don't want to catch anything. This is gonna hurt. I'm sorry in advance.
Tyrone's just like behind that kiosk, just like this poor guy keeps getting the night shift and he's not built for it.
This has got to be affecting his studies.
Right. So Gideon, you go about to medicaling people up. Sorry, go ahead, Nell.
Oh, just I'm just gonna kind of like blearily like try to look over the papers as much as I can. I feel like my eyes are like swimming a little.
Let's. Sure, each of you looking at the papers, you may go ahead and make an investigation check.
And I'll go. Oh, 15, that's garbage.
11.
28.
Yeah, I see that. Crit.
NBD.
So what are your like investigation?
Yeah,
It's a 6.
that seems
fair.
fitting. Yeah.
I think I'm just like sitting there like.
So, the most obvious thing that you all notice is that amongst all this like documentation, like which a lot of it seems to be like legitimate, like this was a warehouse that was being managed and things were coming in and going out. Amongst them, just kind of like shuffled into the middle somewhere, there's this chalk rendering of a figure resembling Abe.
Oh,
But also 5 silhouetted humanoid figures. Like they... As if whoever drew this, what they were seeing and then replicating was they saw Abe, but then they saw there were 5 others too, but clearly they weren't given those details. So that's what you all see immediately. Elowen, with a bit more of an eye, you're sifting through the papers, and you're seeing that it seems like Bernarda was the one who owned this warehouse. Like, this is a lot of her business. It was shipping of alcohols and such, and the creation, and she ran like almost like this was like a party space within the brewery. It was like a warehouse brewery kind of mix. In correspondence and like some letters, it seemed like this was a place where followers of Malden might kind of come in, find some community, and pass through. She was a follower of the far-reacher Otez, the Eternal Wanderer, or sorry, the Endless Wanderer. Jeez, I need to get caught up on my own Malden lore.
If you say that out loud, Nell's just kind of, I think she's taken the bottle from Gideon, is kind of drinking out of it. I knew that. That's
Wait,
what I thought.
That's disinfectant. I need that. Come on now.
I think you're supposed to use water and soap on wounds.
Well, you gotta kill the germs somehow. Water's not that bad.
In some scrawled notes, it's kind of similarly like Bernarda wasn't exactly the most organized person, despite trying to run this thing. It seemed to kind of like be a side hustle aside from being a cleric and also a champion of the Prolium. Like she's made some scrawlings to herself, almost like a pseudo journal that never had any bindings. But she writes that she's had a vision that some possessor has kind of taken over and overthrown the champion of Malden. and they want that body back. And so the followers of Malden have been given this vision to attack this individual and reclaim him. They've been notified that there are 5 others, though they don't have the details. And also Bernardo writes, I've also had a pull south. It seems a lot of us will be moving on. I've even heard someone by the name of Blue Spark is apparently a very avid follower, has also begun to move south, so this seems to be a pretty big deal. But I have to catch this guy, and then my life here is done. And that's kind of what you gather from these papers.
I think while you're going over it, I pull out my notebook and I just kind of pass it to you, Elowin, and ask you to kind of like add some of that in for me, as my like hand is like shaking.
Of course.
I can add some notes into your journal and kind of explaining what I can see out to the rest of the group here.
They're following Abe. They're following us.
Great. Another target on our backs.
To be fair, I think we kind of knew that it was there. After his ritual, we were all marked worthy. So it took a back seat, but it's not gone.
Sounds like they're planning something south of here.
How far south? Does it say at all, or?
It might be the Tempest Expanse.
That's my initial thought as well.
That might be where either the body or his weapon is. Maybe both, I don't know. The original. That's what Abe had a vision of. Something to do with an area that matches that description. So maybe Malden wants to get his true champion back to his full strength.
And maybe he'll leave us alone after.
I don't think it works that way, unfortunately. At least not from what I've learned of Malden so far. They don't really seem like the forgive and forget kind of type.
Well, that's too bad for us.
Just one more thing on the list, you know.
Yep.
The thing with to-do lists is the more you add, or the more you do, and then you add, and then there's more. You know.
Yeah. Eloquently put, my friend.
What?
Thank you. Out of character, Danny, I have 2 things to say to you. One is that you never activated my Tides of Chaos from the battle, so I just want to let you know that. 2, I took a long rest. I was the only one that completed one at the beginning of this evening. And so I can't take another one.
When did you take a long rest?
Didn't we get one? It was like 4 hours had passed. So I was the only one who got one.
You are correct. You cannot take another long rest in a 24-hour period. Oh yeah. No.
So yeah, I put that together a few minutes ago.
Bye.
So yeah.
Time to use those spell slots.
How?
I'll take care of you.
How do I use the spell slots to get rid of exhaustion?
Oh no, you can't do that.
Oh, don't be silly.
What would I use my spell slots for?
I don't know, health? I don't know how you doing.
Spell
got-
things.
I've got 8. I've got 8 hit points. So I'm doing good.
So the next day, you're attacked by a gust of wind. It does 9 damage.
You
Just
rip
don't
your own
trip
hair
down
out
the
again.
stairs.
Cool. I'm moving at like 10 feet. So I think I'm probably not leaving here for a couple of days.
May want to have a few days to rest, anyways.
You might want to pay for more days then, because this is your last night at the inn.
I think we're gonna need another night or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 looking at her.
If we still plan to make the trek to Darrokarth, it's a long journey. We're going to need all the rest we can get.
Yeah.
We should leave in top shape.
Yeah. We should also stock up on supplies before we go.
Indeed.
You're gonna need more healing potions.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. Drac, you've been to Darrokarth. What supplies do you think we'll need?
Lots of food, warm clothes, something we can cook with on the road, but you have that covered.
Yep.
We've already kind of spoken about this, but Hildy will not be able to make the journey up those mountains.
I know. We'll have to get her accounted for.
Okay.
I think if we traveled most of the way, right, with the horses, we can leave her in my village. I
I
think
thought you didn't want to go home.
I think I have to. Charity gave me that scroll, and I think I have to. It's on the way.
Okay.
All right then. No take backs.
Yeah. We'll see.
So, you guys begin to wrap it up for your evening. Abe, what are you up to in your room?
He's sitting very still. Just on the bed. His axe and his shield are just on the ground, discarded when he walked in.
Well, the javelin, right? Because the axe is not currently present.
Hand axe.
Ah.
And he's just sort of staring at his hands. And his thoughts are having a good old swim. Just all over the place. And he just sort of stays that way, more or less, for the entirety of his inert period. Unless interrupted, but...
I do think that if everyone goes to sleep, knowing that I won't be able to, I might wait like a couple of hours and then maybe like go to Abe's room.
Okay. He doesn't lock the door.
Yeah. I'll try and like
Dust
I'll
is
just like
After
What?
everything?
After everything that's happened, you don't lock your door?
This is not tonight.
Ugh.
It's been enough
When
tonight.
you-
Nothing bad's gonna happen.
when you go inert, do you just sit on the floor?
Well, I'm sitting on the bed right now.
Cool. Great. I think
Well,
Nell isn't trying to like bring you out of inert at all. She'll just kind of go and like lie like at the end of the bed.
yeah, it doesn't render me unconscious. I can see and hear as normal. So when you come in, he just sort of, he looks very still, and then his head just turns to face you.
I can't trance, so I just don't want to be like fucked up alone. I'm just gonna sit here and stare at the wall with you, if that's okay.
Could you try actually sleeping?
I don't know what that's like. I don't think so.
I think you just close your eyes and don't move very much. Other than, well, Drac makes a lot of noise. I don't think that's a part of it, though.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom she's a big snorer. Maybe I could. I just think everything just kind of hurts and my brain is really hot and I just don't think it's gonna happen. So I'm just gonna sit here quietly for a little bit.
Right.
Sorry.
No need to apologize.
She kind of like slumps at the edge, like at the side of the bed on the ground. It's a really interesting wall. I understand why you stare at it so much.
Well, right now I'm staring at my hands, but yes, the wall is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, each piece of wood was part of a tree. That tree had decades of life in it. We see a piece of wood, but there were generations of bugs and birds that called it home.
Is there a wall that's made of Ria's mom?
I don't think so. I think Ria's mother would have some choice words for anyone that tried to turn her into a wall.
Okay. That's good. I don't feel very good. I had a feather beard and I tried to get rid of it and I hurt myself.
I don't know if it's your delirium that said that, or if it actually happened.
No. Fae bullshit.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna not sleep, but I will close my eyes and do my best.
I mean, I'll just be sitting here.
Yeah, I know. It's comforting.
As
hey,
you guys,
fuck Malden.
on that
Never
note,
speak to each other again.
yeah, you close your eyes, and the previous day you didn't take any damage and you hadn't cast any spells, really, right?
Danny, what the fuck was the previous day? I don't remember.
Did everything.
Was that just our chat with Charity?
Charity.
Look. Yeah, I don't think so.
I'll let you
Yeah.
take the long rest for this night, considering you are already at, like,
Wow.
your
That's
maximum
kind.
So
health.
nice, though.
Yeah.
You
haven't
along
really
with
discussed it.
everyone else.
Can I sleep, like, because my mom would sleep? Am I able to choose? I just typically trance, or
I don't know. What do you think about that?
I think maybe I used to sleep as like a baby, or like as a young kid when my mom would like put me to sleep, but then I just kind of became like more convenient to stay up and read and do other things. So I think as like Abe talks to me about wood and stuff, I feel like that same kind of sense of comfort, and I sleep for the first time in like 15 years.
And the
Yeah,
snoring is so bad that Abe actually doesn't get a long rest.
the sensation of sleep, to be able to actually, shut off the mind and just not have a thought under your own control, just float in the darkness behind your eyes and then be whisked off to wherever it is your subconscious takes you. It is a thing of your childhood that you haven't experienced in a very long time. And knowing that your companions all made it through this night and that they are still around you, and in combination with the exhaustion that you feel, you fall asleep as opposed to your trance. And the
Benny?
long rest goes, yes, Aloen?
I have to read that letter before I go to bed.
So, Aloen, you unfold this letter, which is stamped with like a wax seal of the Malej. You open it up, and I'm going to send you this on Facebook if you'd like to read it, or I can read it if you'd prefer.
I don't know what I want you to do.
I need to know the context before I choose
Yeah.
whether this is public or not.
Do you want me to read it out loud? Is that what you're asking?
That's up to you if you'd like to read it out loud, or if you'd like to just keep that for yourself.
I'm gonna read this to myself first. I might tell you all about it in
Sure.
the morning.
So,
Sorry. I read the first line.
Jesus
Holy-
Christ!
Holy fuck, that scared me so bad.
Wow. That was a great reaction.
Oh God!
So it seems like
I'm
this
gonna
letter is
vomit.
really good.
So if you're gonna react like that, mute yourself, because I'm hopping back.
I hope the first line was like, "Dear Auntie Aloen," or something.
That's exactly what the first line is.
Oh, that's great.
Not specifically
Beautiful.
that. Shut up. So, Abe, now that Nell's asleep, and you begin to kind of meditate on the things that you have, there's kind of a moment where you almost slip into dream for a moment, where your memory just kind of goes back to, within the hour when your vision came back, and there was just fire, and there was Gideon, but then another sensation of as if some other time with fire, where this memory that you've just experienced is almost immediately and entirely engulfed in flame. As if you yourself are wreathed in fire. The world around you is. Where you came from darkness to fire just now. This is a memory of fire to darkness. A duality for you. And then you slip back into your thinking mind, your trancing awareness. And there's a little bit of a quick breath in Nell as she's sleeping, just propped up against the bed. Probably not the most comfortable thing. And the long rest completes. You all wake up in the morning with your HP fully maxed, your spell slots, and for those of you with a point of exhaustion, you may reduce by 1 level.
Hell yeah.
Wait,
No
now I only
longer
have 2.
exhausted.
Drac, because of his burns, did not sleep on the bed. He slept in a meditative position as he learned back home from his monk training.
All right.
Just for some flavor.
In my sleep, I wake up screaming, having a nightmare that my mom is a wall.
Oh yeah,
Grobo
Drac
gets
also
up on
made
the
a
bed.
ton of noise.
Grobo gets up on the bed, is like slapping you. Your mom's not a wall, except for he can't speak.
But the
But that's
intent
like the
behind it
sound
is
that
so
each
clear.
slap makes.
You're not a wolf.
My God, this mushroom communicates in slaps. Crazy.
Pretty crazy.
It's probably about, like, with how late you guys went to bed, most of you are probably waking up at about 9 or 10 in the morning. And Tyrone comes a-knocking on the rooms of those of you who have not woken up yet, which would probably be everybody except for Abe. And he's just like, whoever comes to their door first,
Oh, I'll wake up.
Zarya, as you are the first to answer your door when he raps on it. So, I'd like to remind you that your checkout time is at 11, so if you would like to gather your things...
How much was it for a night here?
Your a night stay here at the Wanderlust Inn is 8 silver pieces a night.
Silver pieces? Okay, I give him 10 gold. And I'm just like, we're gonna need another night. Keep the change.
Oh God, you know that I am terribly bad at math. I will figure this out. How many more days?
Well, definitely 1, maybe 2, maybe 3. 3, but everyone else has to pay. I think they need to sleep, so I'm giving you this now so you don't wake them up.
That's gonna be a problem considering I just wrapped on like 4 of their rooms. But they didn't wake up, so they're probably still asleep, so okay.
Yeah.
Alright, when they wake up, and hopefully it's before 11 a.m., and I have not
I'm
yet
paying
sold
for
the
all
room.
of their room today with this 10 gold. And then they can
Gotcha.
can
Alright.
figure out the other days once they wake up.
That sounds like a plan. You've got the rooms for another day. Please don't tell my professors that I was bad at math.
Don't worry. You don't need math to do magic.
This is the best news.
He wants to be an architect.
So I close the door. I'm like, that man's going to miscalculate a fireball one day. I've let him astray.
He's gonna be the reason the party dies.
He's gonna be like, I don't care what size this room is. I don't need to figure it out. A professor told me that.
Oh gosh. Right. And not long after you pay the 10 gold, another rap at the door, Zarya.
I go to the door again. I was like, I thought we already paid.
Actually, this one's a letter for your group. Seems looks pretty important. So he hands you this letter, which is like a almost black, but like a gray envelope with like gold trim, and in wax seal yellow is the symbol of the ascendancy, which is this like staircase leading up to a sun that sits up on top of the set of stairs, and it has like this sunburst that kind of goes out. And
well, I guess they're not getting the sleep. Can you start knocking on some of their doors? Make sure they get up Tyrone.
I'll do my best. And he
Alright.
goes and rat-a-tats on everybody's doors.
I'll start knocking on everyone's doors.
I'll get up.
Alright.
You guys can all hear Drax snoring because apparently he makes a lot of noise when he sleeps.
Yeah, we all knew that, Drac.
Why does my mouth taste bad? My head hurts. Hot and... Ugh. That sucks.
Really?
I mean,
So
it felt pretty good. It felt pretty good, but I just feel like my head it makes more sense after a trance. Whoa. It's crazy.
Everybody else seems to enjoy it.
Yeah,
And
everyone
don't
else
tell
is
Drac
weird.
I said anything about his snoring. I know he's very sensitive about that.
Okay, I will do my best, but if I need to use it as like a stinging barb at some point, you know that I'm going to.
Well, are you going to say that I said it, or are you going to just say
No, I mean, like, I'll use the excuse that, like, I'm usually awake half the night, so.
Oh, yes, that's good.
Don't worry, I won't mention you.
I appreciate that.
I feel like maybe for just, like, to meld, like the technical side of things with roleplay, I think maybe, like, something happened to my leg or something like that, because I still can't move very fast. I still have half, like, speed. So I'm just kind of hobbling out the door, like, really stiff.
Makes sense.
Gideon will emerge at this point. Hey, take it easy on the old leg there. Here, one sec. Gideon grabs this musket. Here, use it as like a walking stick for now. We'll get
I'm not a horse!
That's...
Don't shoot me!
It's not loading!
Glue.
We call that holy glue.
It's not loaded, all right?
Wild
Here, use it as
magic glue.
We got to get you a cane or something.
Oh, no. I don't want to draw attention to myself.
Tyrone, you got any cane?
No. I'll just walk slow. Please don't draw attention to this.
Okay, sure.
Nice.
I'll take that and just store it in the room then.
We got a fancy letter this morning. Haven't opened it yet.
Oh, great.
Open it up, let's see.
Who's it from?
The Ascendancy, and I'll cut it open, the top open with my dagger like a letter opener, and open it up.
Opening it up, it is on very fine parchment, and the letter is brief. You've been summoned for an interview with the Learned Circle. Your appointment is scheduled at 12 p.m. We are aware that one of your party has scheduled an appointment with Hillip Rowe that will be rescheduled for a later time. Please report to the House of the Circle half an hour before your appointment.
At what time?
What time is it?
It said 12. It is currently like 10 o'clock.
All right, let's start going, everyone. No time for breakfast. Eat a ration or something.
All right.
Wait, sorry. What did we... Because I wanted the Learned Circle to talk to Charity, but we talked to Charity, so what do we need from them? Help, my brain
know.
is
I
I
full
think
of
they need
cobwebs.
something from
They
us.
might, yeah.
Sounds
Oh, shit.
like.
I
Shit.
think they might need us
Only
for
people
something.
that saw that explosion.
Yeah, I get the feeling they saw it.
Charity may have already spoken with them, and they want more info.
Is that their problem? Is that not the Malesh?
They have their hands in everything, I'm sure.
I think domestic terrorism also incorporates politicians, no?
Far
Okay.
away is the place we're going. I might have to start now to get there.
I would
I'll
also
help
like
you
to
get
remind you
there.
that there are traveling services within the city. You know, you could take like
Are there?
a cart or a one of those guys that like pulls like a seat and wheels.
Rickshaw?
Oh, like
yeah.
a
I think we deserve a nice ride today.
Treat us well.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's good. Dressed up nice.
What is
I'll
like
flag us a
the
carriage.
ye old, Mercedes or Lexus?
8-horse stagecoach.
Damn.
I'll flag us a 2-horsepower carriage.
The stage limousine.
So are you guys gonna like flag down some rickshaws?
Oh, I will, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there to get the both of them. It'll be 2 gold pieces each, but they'll take you right to where you need to go.
Why haven't we been doing this the whole time?
I mentioned it, and then it got forgotten. Apparently,
Did you?
Look,
I
you
don't
say a lot of
you?
He
things.
did.
You probably did. Honestly, I think we were so overwhelmed by like this, like looking at the city. We were like, sure.
Anything you say to us now is,
you could have also picked an inn closer to the things you wanted to be near.
Look,
man.
Danny.
We
Yeah, I don't
We
know why
nearly
we
died
picked
last
this
night.
out.
I don't think
it
we
was
need this
close
right now.
to
Guys,
the arena.
this is
You
how
didn't have
you
to make
travel in a
Tyrone
new
so
city.
damn charming, Denny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the arena. It called for us.
Let me pay for this. I noticed extra gold in my gold pouch, and that doesn't seem right to me. So, I'll get these.
I will
Also,
not
we have the rooms for
argue
one
that.
more day. Y'all gotta
Oh.
pay for the next. One of y'all gotta pay for the next day.
Totally.
Thanks, Azaria.
Oh, no
Thank
problem.
you.
So, you guys are able to hop 3 a person into each of these rickshaws, and the people carry you up through the city. The House of the Circle is in the middle district, on that same, like, park plateau where the giant statue is, in the heart of the city.
Wow.
So as you guys are being curried through the city, you're led up this ramp into this middle section, which is behind like another kind of fort walls. But inside it is this like beautifully curated and manicured like park. Just a lot of greenery, trees, flower beds. But as you guys come up into this section, there's also this large tower that is a bit more like a military turret. At the base, there are some like smith shops and like it looks like areas of knights kind of fighting and practicing martial technique. But then beside that is a more delicate building. It is this dark brown and stone built construction with carvings in the wood and these large yellow and white banners hanging on either side of these great doors leading inward, depicting this staircase leading up to a sun sitting on top. And that's where we're going to take our break. So, well, we resolved the stressful beginning, and now shall we resolve the stressful middle?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't feel less stressed somehow.
When does it ever stop being stressful?
That's right.
It's different
Oh.
stress.
Indeed. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here this evening. We'll see you all in a few.
In a few.
And hello again, everybody, and welcome back from break. I suppose I better throw some music on because I forgot I turned that off. Well, how's everybody feeling? You got that first bit out of the way?
Alive.
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 My
Very
heart
relieved.
is still.
Yeah, I got those chips to eat out of stress. I was too stressed to eat. I just felt queasy. So maybe I'll eat them during this political bullshit. Who gives shit? 'Cause, you know,
I got
it's like-
some. I got some crackers here too. Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
carrots. I'm like a
Oh my
healthy
God,
boy.
Ugh,
Oh,
who are
I need
you?
a snack
Gross.
now. Jeez.
Gross.
Wow.
Cool. All right.
So
Yeah.
your rickshaws bring you into the heart of Brobar. And there's this two-storied, like, dark wooden building with, like, stone structure supports. There are large regal windows on the ground floor level, and some stairs leading up to the main entrance where, on either side, there are these large banners that blaze the symbol of the Ascendancy. And it seems like the doors are, like, open a bit, so people are coming and going in.
Guess we
What
go
what-
in.
Wait,
Yes.
wait. Oh, sorry.
As
Go ahead. You go ahead first.
as we get off the our transportation, I'll just sort of flag the group to circle up, and I'll just say, I think we should be mindful of what we say here. We don't know who's on our side and who's an agent of our enemies.
Yeah. Let's
You're
not,
not wrong.
I think we should adhere to the same thing we did with Charity and not tell them about the Druid Enclave. Although we did tell Charity eventually. But,
We did tell
but
Charity.
we opted to not do it at first. I think we should hold to that.
We can reassess as we go, but yes.
Unfortunately, there's no way for us to really communicate necessarily. But if there's anything in particular that we're feeling like we need to keep secret, maybe it's. I can try my best to be deceptive in that way.
Elwyn, do you think you could establish a connection with one of us, just so we could communicate that way if need be?
I can make a connection between me and somebody.
Maybe with.
Who do we think is going to do the talking?
I'm not as fucked up as I was yesterday, so I could talk. I'm just trying to think of the best way of like connecting everything, because obviously it'd be best for, like Drac would see the most.
I will not be talking here. I do not feel comfortable speaking with such people of power.
Yeah, I was just thinking if you see anything, you could tell Elwyn, and then we could try and.
Then what?
I'm a bad liar.
I don't know.
Feel like I'll
I also have
probably
this
ask
and-
a lot of us questions to bring us all here. I think what we want to should figure out is what are the things that we don't want to bring up. I agree with Gideon about the druids. I think
Yeah, Gideon.
at least locations don't bring up.
No.
I'm gonna put my hand on Gideon's shoulder and just say, if possible, and I know that this isn't necessarily, and this is not coming out of a place of judgment or anything. We all have our things, but if possible, can you keep yourself as mellow as you can? Because Hillip will be there, right? But you can't talk to him. I don't think you should bring up anything to do with Balesville.
I will only speak when spoken to.
Okay. I would say also maybe the tone in which you respond. Sorry.
I'm working on that. Sorry. I'll
Yeah.
try my best.
No, and I know, and it's a terrible thing to ask too, because obviously I understand why you respond the way that you do these things, but in this specific situation, there might be more gained if we're subtle with certain
I could
things.
also aid in that. I could use one of my spells to help with our subtlety and or gift of the gab, so to speak.
From a technical out of character standpoint, if I am doing the talking, might be best because I still do have like I still have 2 levels of exhaustion. So
disadvantage
on ability checks, yeah.
Yeah.
So
should be pretty.
Which I could
Rough.
counter with enhance ability.
Hmm.
Or
That's good.
I was thinking either give that to you or to Azaria.
I think our persuasions are the same, Christy.
you have a +7.
I have a +6.
Maybe Abe does the talking.
Hey Abe, I had one thing. Alright.
You're still better at it.
No, you know what? What's your
Just
deception?
what? Deception?
Yeah.
Not gonna be as good. It's a +0.
Oh, okay. Cool. Either way, I'm fine. So we can.
I'm not much of a talker, so
Yes, but you hold station in this
yeah.
structure of government, so
I'll speak facts and stuff, but I think when it comes to moving hearts, Null's a bit better at that. Abe's a bit
Alright.
better at that.
then
I
which
think
of you?
if Mithril Coat comes up, it's not him, it's someone pretending to be him. Someone is posing. He's still someone in high regard for most people. So I think that's actually some weight is that someone is sullying his good name by faking being him.
Yeah. So why don't we like? Does it make sense to kind of hedge our bets? You cast your thing on Abe, because then at least I'll have advantage instead of just giving me a flat, and just hope that like even with disadvantage, my like stats could potentially carry it if need be.
We might not have to lie either. Like,
Yeah, well, and I'm thinking about like persuasion and stuff like that too, just
Yeah.
kind of like dictating the path of conversation. Yeah, so I would cast it on Abe.
Abe, prepare to receive Eagle's Splendor, my friend.
How long does that last for?
1 hour.
Sick.
I will trace a sigil on Abe's forehead and cast Enhance Ability. You have advantage on charisma checks for an hour.
kind of rolls his shoulders back, stands up straight. Doesn't take a deep breath because he can't do that, but it looks like he's trying.
Look extra shiny today, my friend.
Roll up.
With like,
Oh, it's working already.
with
I
like
am
business.
Optimus Prime. Optimus Abe.
Oh, that's good.
I love that. That's
Autobots.
With all of the business talk included, like now like turns to like walk up the stairs and then kind of like is aware again of like how fucked up she looks. She turns back around. Ah, can someone make me look better? Navera's mom is in there. She's one of the people. I want to set a good impression.
Hold on. What do you need? I can do the thing. You know.
I look like shit, Gideon. Can you make me fix that?
I don't think you look like shit.
There's like fully like I have like dark circles underneath my eyes and I have a bit of like blood under my nose.
Alan,
well,
it
I
occurs
can
to you that Nell has, instead of the usual trance, has actually slept, and not well.
Let me clean
okay.
you up at least.
Yes,
Getting a little
please.
prestidigitation.
We all still smell like a burning building.
That's true.
Oh, wait.
I
I
don't
have that
actually
spell
hate the
too.
smell, personally.
I mean, I cleaned myself up before bed last night.
Prestidigitation will probably take care of that too.
Yeah, I use it to clean everyone else up. We all have to look nice because we're a unit, and then it'll still reflect poorly on me. So
Well, my shirt kind of got burned in half yesterday, so I'm kind of just wearing some strips of cloth. But I'm
And
showing
just
off my abs.
Nell,
They look good, right?
why do you want to impress this person so much?
what? I don't know. What are you talking about?
You just
Because she's part of the circle, Rhea.
yeah, but
we're
there's
trying
a
to-
lot of people.
Shut up. I don't know. No, it's fully like gone full copper up into your ears. Like, it's. I just. just turns around, like walks up the steps.
Say
You know
to
what?
the-
I say we
the
all look
group.
pretty good for people who just came out of a burning building 12 hours ago-ish.
Pretty
He
sure
is
Abe.
doing the talking, right?
Abe is doing the talking.
Yes. Yeah. Here,
I'm
let me
doing,
Okay.
I'm doing some of it as well.
I'm pretty sure Abe has led the way into the building like 2 minutes ago, and nobody followed.
After there was this hullabaloo. Just wait.
Yeah, and people in like fancy attire, like these people are clearly like upper class, like a bit more noble. Like as you guys are like standing on the stairs, like figuring out your strategies, like people are like walking past you. Oh, excuse me. Oh, good day. And there's like a lot of people out on like the out on the green that are just having picnics. Booths are set up. People are selling knickknacks, trinkets. And you guys are about to head into what is debatably the highest court in the nation.
Cool.
Casual.
Time to get arrested.
Oh
Gideon is
no.
We're
dressed
not
nicely.
getting arrested, right?
Can I
Well.
say I think I still have like my basic clothes that I got to wear for like when we were doing like we were trying to be casual in Fallon
Oh,
Bridge.
The dark clothes?
Yeah, can we just say I have like a fucking shirt or something I can give to Drac? 'Cause I don't want us to look terrible for this political event.
Why are you trying to cover my abs? They look glorious today.
Oh,
Drac,
You-
I can't deal with you fishing for compliments right now. Can you put the fucking shirt on, please?
Drac, +1 dark tunic.
Hell yes. Too bad I can't wear armor.
It's
I did not mean a +1 AC dark tunic.
Oh, interesting.
No! Stop. You guys walk into the
I
building.
just keep hearing that you have a +1 tunic.
You're all
Yes,
smitten.
actually.
The campaign's over.
I've already walked in
Smitten with
and
Drax's
I'm
abs.
coming in with Abe.
I've talked. I've already had the meeting. I'm on my way out.
Should have killed you guys while I had the chance.
You did your best.
Really did.
So, a lot of you walk into the House of the Circle. And it is like hard marble floors and the dark wood finish on the interior. This place has almost got a bit of a museum vibe. There are glass display units displaying like old pieces of jewelry, fragments of weapons, old archaeological finds that might be from the area, but are definitely from an older time. There are stairs that lead up to what looks to be like ahead of you guys, the wall to a circular room beyond this room. And so there are stairs at either end of this hallway you guys have entered that kind of curve up and go to a second level. And ahead of you, there are doors kind of following the wall. And there are people looking around in here. And there's a guard nearby. If you need any help, just let me know.
Yes, we actually have an appointment for noon.
Oh, very well. Do you have a letter for which your appointment?
I'll present a letter.
Ah, okay. Very well. And he like looks left and right around the hall to make sure nobody's really paying attention. Come with me. And he leads you guys basically just straight ahead across the hall to this like rounded wall. And there is a door there. And he opens the door and he gestures you all to step inside.
Low head bow. Walk in.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. And once you're all in that room, he shuts the door behind you. This is like a small antechamber, like it's mostly wooden wall, wooden floor, wooden furnished. Like it is very, feels very residential suite kind of. And inside this room, there's an individual sitting at a table, this halfling with like very tightly curled brown hair. And as you guys enter, he says, welcome, have a seat.
Take a seat.
Sit down.
Okay.
So, My name is Manny. I am going to be kind of the master of the hall for today. As I understand it, you are here to be interviewed by the Learned Circle. Approximately 10 or 15 minutes we'll be going through, and you guys came in one set of doors. On the opposite side of the small antechamber, there's another set of doors. We'll be going out into the main hall here, where you'll be on the ground floor. The Learned Circle will be up on their podiums above you, and just answer the questions as honestly as you can. And I mean, it's about as straightforward as it can be.
Is this an individual interview or a group?
Well, if you will all be going in at once, as far as I'm aware. So.
Very good. Thank you.
Do you? Yes.
I don't know if we're allowed to ask this, but what is this interview for?
Well, I'm not entirely sure. I don't really get handed the minutes, so to say. So I'm just kind of there to give you your kind of what is going to be happening, get you into the room, and then I'm going to introduce them, and I'm actually going to be leaving after that. So.
Oh, okay.
Do any of you need a glass of water? Or?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Gladly.
Do I believe him that he doesn't know?
Go ahead and make an insight check. While you're doing that, he goes back to the door where you guys came through, and like there's this little rope on it, or a little string with a bell at the top, and he tugs on that rope, and the bell chimes. The water will be here in just a few moments. What'd you get for your insight there, Drac?
23.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's part of his job to kind of be in the know of what is being covered. Like, he's there as kind of a... Oh dear, what's the word? A ceremonial kind of position.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Manny, do you know if this is going to be recorded in any way? Are there pages writing down
Yes,
the questions
absolutely.
and answers? Okay.
Yes. So, that's why I suggest that you answer as honestly as you can, because whatever is said will be recorded onto parchment.
Are those publicly available?
Yes, and in fact, there is audience area up on the second level, so there very well might be people observing the interview as well.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, in the instances of like when the hall of the circle here is used in like trials and such, like it's not uncommon to have like witnesses up on the second level. There's like a little platform that they can come down to. So your group will very much be separate from the circle and the audience. So you'll have guard on your level, just so if you have any comfort level things about that sort of thing. But yeah, once you're done in there, you'll be coming out this way.
So Denny, this is such a side note, but I meant to do it the night before, but he was asleep. Kind of gotten Tyrone to like arrange a messenger to send a letter to Vermin about Rolo being there.
Sure.
Yeah. Great.
Right. So sorry, to clarify, you wanted a messenger last night to go tell Vermin that Rolo was at.
Whenever I think I would have done it this morning before we left, just to have like word sent so he knows what's going on, like where he is.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming like Rolo's probably still like in a room recovering or something. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions for Manny while you've got him?
Is there magic active in the room? Wards? Anything up?
There are wards, of course, the safety and precautions and whatnot. In the cases of trials, if there were, say, wizards on trial for magical things, well, those typically don't happen here. Those happen typically with the Malej headquarters, but, you can never be too careful. So there are certain wards that prevent a lot of evocation style of magics. But there are also Malej around, so no funny business with magic, if that's what you're kind of getting at.
All right.
Anything else? The roughly 10 to 15 minutes go by. Within that time frame, those of you who asked for a glass of water got your glass of water. And when you're done, you could just leave it on the tray on the table. And Manny hops up and is like, all right, I believe it's about to begin, so if you don't mind. And he opens this double set of doors. And he gestures you through. Do you go?
Boogie on, man. Boogie on.
I hate everything about this.
So
I guess so.
We're okay.
You guys enter into this tall cylinder of a room. It stretches upward to about 50 feet high, and the ceiling of this circular room is all like framed glass. So it's just natural light pouring in to this circular hall. Ahead of you, there are 6 like tall standing podiums that connect to like an upper level that have stairs that go up to either side. So it's like they're on a completely different level from you guys. But there are 6 individuals at each of these podiums. At one end, there is this almost like the way his hair is groomed, this gnome with a almost diamond-shaped head, almost reminiscent of a lion. Like, it's like a point and then a beard, and he's got this mane that kind of surrounds his face. This blue hair and these long blue eyebrows. He's kind of got this Renaissance-styled outfit on, and he looks at you guys as you enter. Next to him is a youngerish human, probably in his mid-30s. He's a bit aristocratic in his appearance, his dress. Next to him is this like stand, which on top of it is this hawk. He has a red goatee and long red hair, blue eyes, and he's got a very cool look as you enter. Seated next to him, this military-looking dwarf with a large mustache and beard, blonde, blue eyes, and he's got these like epaulets on the side that look. He definitely has this sense of like somebody who has performed military service. Next to him, this brown-skinned human woman. She has no hair. She's got a very like cool kind of demeanor, like very stoic look on her face, and she wears this almost like lab coat styled jacket. It's completely white and has this high popped collar. Next to her, an elven woman with straight long blonde hair, gray eyes. She's incredibly beautiful, and her outfit is reminiscent of kind of like an emerald green velvet jumpsuit. So it's like this one piece, very business, and has a black string tie and a white shirt that can be seen underneath. And then at the far right is kind of a caricature of a silhouette, as this individual is wearing a dress, though you can't see the lower portion due to her being seated behind the podium, but it's like a tight, high-collared neck, tight to the arms, tight to the torso, but then her tabaxi head kind of fluffs out like a white cloud atop a tree trunk. This fluffy white tabaxi, also you notice she has 2 different colored eyes, a green and blue eye. And the 6 of them look at the lot of you as you come in. The room is very controlled in its feel. Like everyone here has authority, is in control. And on your level, kind of to the left and right of these 6 podiums, on the floor with you guys, there is an individual in mithril plate armor, a tiefling, cyan skin colored. He has a horn that curls up over his head, and then the other one is like filed down. He also has at his side a helmet made of adamantium and a warhammer at the other hip, also of adamantium. And on the other side, this individual is a human, pale-skinned, pale, long, straight hair, and like dark wizard-like robes, with the same kind of wine coloring of the melege, and the sash wrapped around his waist. And as the lot of you enter into the room, the doors behind you close. And Manny speaks up. Presenting the Learned Council from left to right, Learned Pollen Bay of the Commercial Districts, Learned Row of the Southern Gate Districts, Learned Talbrak of the Kavira's Throne Districts, Learned Grads of the Entertainment Districts, Learned Quilomthry of the Northern Gate Districts, and Learned June of the Services Districts. And he bows and then walks back out the door.
I will do a low bow, still keeping my head up, like to maintain eye contact as I do, but definitely appearing gracious.
I will do the same.
Gideon takes off his
Follow
hat
the lead.
and does the
Boom.
same.
Mm-hmm.
As the lot of you make that gesture, they too lower their heads in a bow to the lot of you. And the gnome with the blue kind of diamond-shaped groomed hair speaks up. So you are all aware of why you've been called here today, I certainly hope.
My esteemed counselors, we are not actually. There are perhaps several reasons that we thought of.
Well, you are here before the Learned Council today because of the events of last night over next to the landing district. There was an incident with a warehouse, and your names had been taken and passed on to us, and so we would like to get more information regarding that incident. And as I am the one in charge of the commercial districts, that's going to be some cleanup for myself. And at the opposite end of the Learned Circle, that Tabaxi, she's like, leave your personal matters out of the hall. You'll get it fixed. It's fine. Very good, very good. And the gentleman in red, Learned Row. So, I also understand that I had an appointment scheduled with one of you, and we had to reschedule that. So, provided that this hearing goes well, we can reschedule that. Provided it does not go well, and you are found in some reason guilty in crimes against the Ascendancy. Well, let's hope it doesn't come down to that. Passing it over to the dwarf. So, we'd like to ask some questions in regards to what you know about what went down yesterday. So, firstly, state your names for the record.
I am Abe of the Seekers of Sycramund.
And the bald woman with the kind of lab coat. Hold on, so the Secrets of Sycramund. This is not the first time I've heard of this name. And Abe of the Secrets of Sycramund, where are you from?
That is complicated. I was inert for quite some time. I reawoke near Starcross.
All right, so we'll say you're from Starcross then, just for the sake of ease. Very good. Sorry, continue. Also, name and where you're from.
My name is Nell Amara. I'm a paladin of Fyra, and I hail from Barmhall Village.
Continue.
I'm,
Oh,
Didac Azarius Sophronis, from Starcross most recently.
The tabaxi pipes in. Oh, you're from the Arcanet. Okay, I thought I recognized you. Sorry, continue. I didn't mean to interject there.
Gideon Gray, Balesville.
Gideon, when you say that, you see the gentleman with the red hair just kind of like... He was at ease and kind of grow a bit more stoic.
Elowen would follow from the Wilder.
Rakul Virdrish, Harok of the Artissimalacta, Darokarth.
Whoa, that was a lot of words there. Where is that?
I'm from the Rigsar Peaks.
Okay, that is... I'm a bit more familiar with that. Perfect, so that's on the record. And state your business in Brol Bar.
Supplying and then heading out on the next step of our journey, as well as touching base with some allies we have in the Arcanet.
So this group has a lot of connections with the Arcanet then? So you are agents of students, teachers, Miss they Sophronis, you mentioned you are didact.
That I am. And Nell and Elowen here are both students. So, yeah, we do have at least a decent few connections and ties. But the journey and stuff that we were on is not related to them.
Very good, very good. So, with that kind of out of the way, could we get a first-hand account of what happened in those warehouses?
Approached in the evening last night by one of the members of the Champions of the Prolium, Bernarda. She said that one of her allies and one of our friends as well, Rolo, had been kidnapped by a group called the Storm Guard.
Okay, yes. Familiar with the Storm Guard.
Sensing the urgency of the situation and her worry that Rolo would come to harm if the guard showed up, we went to see if we could resolve the situation peacefully. She brought us to the warehouse. We, using magic and the cover of night, were able to enter secretly. The agents of the Storm Guard discovered us. A fight broke out. In their possession, they had a construct that they seemed to affectionately refer to as the Boiler. We managed to defeat it, but in doing so, it built up pressure within it. It was some sort of steam geyser. The detonation of its corpse caused the building to explode, and any material within that was also explosive or flammable went up as well.
Okay, so the gnome speaks up. So, based on my own paperwork and what I've been able to track down about which property this was indeed owned by Bernarda, but it's unclear as to why. Well, firstly, I guess I have questions on her involvement with Stormguard, and secondly, why she blew up her own warehouse.
I have history with her faith. I will not go into the extensive detail that it requires unless you wish me to, but I am more or less a false prophet to them. through no fault of my own. And so she, I believe, used the situation as a means of getting to me. And then things went sideways, so to speak.
So, the dwarf pipes in. So, you're meaning to tell me you are Bernarda's faith of Kavira, the mother of dwarves. You are, for some reason, a prophet to that faith?
In the moments of things going wrong, she professed her faith in Malden, a long-forgotten deity that should perhaps stay forgotten.
Well, I've got no idea on any Malden. I'm not much of a religious man myself, so all I know is Kafir and Helganir. So, is there any supporting evidence of these claims?
I turned to Alwyn. I was like, "Do we have that paper?"
I think it might be like in my notebook if you like left it in there, like with all, because I have all the notes of like Malden and everything compiled.
Sure.
Yeah, so I'll pull out my notebook and remove like mainly the stuff that was talking about like the vision that was sent to all the followers of Malden about us, and then like the drawing that clearly depicts Abe and like 5 others. And then I guess also paperwork that said it was like her warehouse.
The mage-looking individual on your level pulls out this staff that they'd had on their back, and they ask, "Mind if I?"
I hand it to them.
And they take these papers and they wave the staff, and it floats up to the podiums to the learned members. And they're each passing these papers between each other and taking a look. And well, that does seem to quell my my opinions, though I still have no freaking manner of knowing what Malden is. So that's about as good as we can get. Go ahead and make an insight check, Abe. I see you trying to take a look.
8. I'm like,
oh yeah, he's a Maldy all the way.
Don't get arrested. Don't get arrested.
Listen, this man has subscribed to Malden and is repaying that subscription every month.
Malden Plus.
Get it now. No, you can't tell. He seems pretty genuine.
Cool.
All right. Well, let's see. The Lady Quillant 3 speaks up. And are there any witnesses of this? You said
There
you
is
went.
Rollo.
Okay, this was the individual that you went to save, yes?
He was quite out of it. It knocked him out, so I don't know how aware he was of everything, but he is at the Wanderlust Inn, currently recovering from the injuries he had sustained.
Armadon Ferric, and she leans over the podium down to the Cyan Tiefling. Could you get one of the guard to go bring this Rollo from the Wanderlust Inn? And he nods his head and walks past you guys and back out the doors through which you came.
Can you say his name again?
What? Ferric.
Ferric. Armadon Ferric?
Yeah, his title is Armadon.
Oh, what's that? Do I know?
To the more ascendancy inclined, basically Azaria, he is the leader of the Arturian Knights.
Ooh.
I'll relay that to you as I see your eyes kind of widen.
So he has the role that, is it Baldon had before?
Ooh.
Is that not it? I had it all saved. Talbrak.
Oh, yes. Talbrak had been the former Armadon. And he is now a Learned Circle member.
Didn't you send a word to get Rollo picked up?
Yeah, I don't know if I will just like kind of be like, oh, sorry. I did just inform the leader of Rollo's group where he was, so I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know if there will be some confusion there or not.
All right. And she leans over the podium down to the wizard. Arcanist Eucore, could you race on after the Armadon and let him know that there are 2 possible locations where this individual might be? And they nod their head and make their way out. And Azaria, in the hierarchy of the Malej, and Elwyn, you would know this as well. The authoress is in the Arcanet. There are the 2 branches. There's the educational branch and there's the Malej branch. The authoress is 1 step below the Grand Arcanist. Arcanist Eucore, that's who it is. He is 1 step below the Grand Arcanist Charity Cozybug. And his role is basically to kind of ensure that the Malej operates in proper manner. And to kind of deal with... He's kind of the... Aside from Charity, he can act as judge of magical law. So he has walked past you guys to chase after the leader of the other big faction in the Ascendancy. And they continue on. So you got lured to this warehouse, and apparently it was Bernarda's warehouse. You said there was Storm Guard there. Investigation. What is the current status of this Bernarda?
She died during the fighting. She was crushed by rubble after the explosion.
Alright, we will follow up with Malej investigation to see if there are corresponding reports of dead bodies within rubble. And she holds up the picture of you, Abe. And so, this was some sort of revenge scheme against you?
Yes, I believe so.
The woman in the
writings.
lab coat pipes up. The Secrets of Sickermund. You guys beat the champions the other day in the Prolium. That's where I've heard the name from.
Yes, that is true.
So, double motive. Maybe.
I don't know that it entered into it, but an astute observation that I had not considered myself.
Oh, there's something else here. Hold on. And they continue to think. And the Tabaxi, Learned Junet. Well, I mean, as far as I can tell, until we hear from this Rollo, this seems to be a pretty straightforward issue. And she leans forward and looks to the gnome at the far opposite end. Perhaps you should have some sort of combing of the warehouses to make sure there's no more funny things going on in them and everything is good. And do we need anything more from them?
Is the person in the lab coat like muttering to themselves while they think?
No, they're just sitting there like in silence, like furrowed brow.
Okay.
Huh. You know what? Because we haven't used this yet. They're like, Drac, because you can read lips, they say, Secrets of Sickermund. Pretty sure I got a letter about that. Valenbridge? And then they just like, they just kind of fall back into silence, not moving their mouth.
I'm gonna try to lock eyes with them and just like match their eye movements as they're thinking and talking to themselves, just to kind of subtly try to let them know that I can understand what they're doing.
They, like, you lock eyes with them and then, like, try and engage them. And then they lock eyes with you and they're like, I've been found. And then they just kind of, like, lean forward at the podium. Have you recently been in Valenbridge?
We have, yes. That was our most recent city stop before coming here.
And what did you do while you were there?
Other than enjoying the marvel of Heroes Fest there, we had an encounter with other gangs, including the Storm Guard. We were aiding the city guard there in stopping a ring of recent crimes.
So, okay, now this jumpstarts my memory. So you weren't just enjoying Heroes Fest, you allowed Heroes Fest to happen. Now, and she turns to, like, her other council members, like, the Seekers of Sicramund, in my correspondence with the Reeve there, has notified me that these what are you, adventurers, mercenaries, helped to solve the crime issue in Valenbridge. So, are you just stopping in every city, performing good deeds, and hopefully not causing explosions everywhere?
So far, that has been our time, yes, but we'll likely be leaving cities for a while after this.
And Learned Rowe pipes in, the ginger gentleman. Well, with your testimony here, it does certainly help your cause, and also it does help alleviate us. There was a bit of a fear that this might have been a Balesville attack, so there's been a bit of rumblings about that end of the Ascendancy, so it's good to hear that that's not the case. And he looks at Gideon.
Attack.
No, saying that rebels. Glad to hear it's no such thing.
I'm not with those people.
I'm glad to hear that such thing.
Yeah, those type of people don't tend to like people like us.
Uncertain as to what that the hidden context of that sentence means, but I will take your word for it. We can take Rolo's testimony separate from yours. If there's anything further, we will get in contact you for further word. Mr. Gray, I'm assuming the pal here from Balesville. You and I can reschedule our appointment for later time.
Sir, I got pretty much an open schedule for the next couple of days, so I leave that in your capable hands.
All right. We will talk after this, so it's not on the record.
Very well.
Very good. And they look like left and right. Council members, are we finished here? And the Tabaxi's like, I believe it is time for lunch. I don't know why we scheduled this at this time, so I'm happy to call it here. We will keep in touch. And they stand up, like, before everyone else has even, like, got out of their podiums, and they're just, like, walking up the stairs, and they're all just kind of shaking their heads at them. All right, well, court adjourned then. Very good. I'll go clean up the warehouse. Thanks, Juné. And the gnome heads up the other side.
As everything's wrapping up, can I just kind of elbow Tract and be like, can you like take a look at the audience, like who's here, quickly?
Look upwards and see if I can see anyone of interest. If there
go
is
ahead.
anyone.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
All right, let's see. We'll use this dice. 18.
You see up in the audience section, there is though they tried to kind of be a bit more discreet, like cloak up, Charity Cozybug is watching the proceedings. They seem to be accompanied by somebody as well.
I won't try to make eye contact with them, but I'll nudge Nell and be like, Charity's here.
That could have been good or bad, depending.
I think it was good.
Yeah. I'll just kind of look up towards where Charity is. And even I can't tell necessarily if she's looking at me, but I'll like nod in that direction anyway as we go to leave.
You notice, Christy, Nell, as you look up there, the individual that is with them is the Chandier Tarset.
Wait, who is that?
That's our least favorite person.
Yeah.
That is the person
Wanna
that kind of
talk
gave
to us.
Azaria some stank when you guys went to the Chandier.
They were too busy for us.
Well,
Too
my
good for
nod
us.
is towards Charity specifically. And I hope that the Chandier can feel that.
So,
Like a nice nod and then just a death stare.
as the council kind of begins to break up and everyone begins to exit, the doors open behind the lot of you, and in comes Ferric and oh dear, I've already forgotten his name, Yukore, and they kind of look at each other as the place is clearing out. We're done already, eh? Oh. Okay, well, provided you're not being arrested, you can get out this way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And they kind of like trade places with you guys as you exit, and they come into the space and they close the door behind them.
There's a lot of trust in this place. We could have just said, no, we're not getting arrested, even if we were, and they would have let us go.
I think if we were being arrested, it might have been a little obvious. So I would
Yeah,
assume.
I think maybe things would have been a little less casual. But also, you know, what sort of wrongdoers would call the guards on themselves? It never came up to that, but we alerted Charity of what was going on to let the Malesh know.
With your deduction skills, you kind of gather that's probably why Charity was there, to act as defense if needed.
Man, I love Charity.
Love Charity.
She's so great.
Best character.
Nice talking, Abe. You were very smooth.
Yeah, you did very well. I
Yeah,
know, am I
I-
selling shit? You should be selling shit.
I pat you on the back and just like, yeah, great job. Coming from my position, it's fine, but you nailed it. So like, I guess I'll just leave. I don't know.
No,
Whatever.
you've had a big
Yeah.
night, that's all.
Yeah.
No. Truly, I'm quite happy.
As you guys begin to clear out of the building, you guys are heading down the steps out into the main parkway, and you hear behind you, Didact Sephironis.
Turn around. Yes.
And you see, dressed in a very regal, very like high noble wizard kind of style, like dress, is the Chandier Tarset. And she,
Chandier.
Didact, it's I'm glad to see that went well.
I'm surprised you're here.
I'm surprised you're up.
Yes.
Well, Charity and I were both here, ready to act as in defense if required. But two birds with one stone for myself, actually. I'm also here to notify you that funds have been allocated if you wish to travel to New Fugalby via airship for your crew, assuming that they are still your traveling group.
They are.
Secondly, when you're there, could you inquire as to the current status of one of our representatives, Didact Cadway Fine Whistle. He is supposed to be in charge of the education in New Fugleby at the moment, but has failed to correspond with us in the last just over 10 days. So we're wondering what his status is.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. That was Canway Fine Whistle?
Cadway.
Cadway. There is one thing I realize that's a little bit of an odd position to be asking this in right now. I would have come by the Arcanet Institute, but as we're talking about this, the next spot in my travels during research, it's quite cold. I'm just wondering if the Arcanet Institute might have any winter clothing for people who are doing research in frigid environments that I could get for my group.
Yes, of course. We can absolutely. We've got a pretty substantial grant, and not a lot of research is happening at the moment, so we can absolutely allocate that to you. I also wanted to apologize to you for the other day. I just figured if I was going to read the report, there was no point in hearing about it twice. Efficiency and all. Saving time where I can.
That is fair, and I thank you for that.
Well, let's see. Is there anything else that... Yes, so just notify us when you're ready to leave. We will try and schedule based on one of the leaving airships. Normally there are certain trade routes that leave on certain schedules, so we will get that arranged.
Thank you.
Indeed. Stay out of trouble.
I'll try. It seems to follow me.
And still at the Wanderlust Inn, yes?
Yep.
All right, very good. Then I will be on my way. And
Tyrone, who's there as a student, he's quite clever.
she turns around to look at you. Tyrone's got a reputation.
Ooh.
His math skills aren't very great.
No, but he's got a good head.
That is the hope when you join the academy, is that you've got a good head. Well, I suppose if he is one to have attracted your attention, perhaps I should keep a closer eye on him. Alright, very good. I'm going to enjoy a stroll through the park before I have to get back to work. Take care. And this strangely overdressed individual just goes walking through this tourist stop of a park. And you guys can see her far long after she's departed. Like, she is so easy to pick out. But it seems the day is yours.
Well, did not expect meeting her again would go well.
With hindsight, I can understand.
Yeah.
Most people here are very busy.
There were a lot of very important people in that meeting.
There were. We
I know
did.
they know who we are.
We're really making a name for ourselves now. Although I do appreciate that I don't remember who was who at this point, but one of them knew us for going around to cities for doing good and not for causing explosions. Because both cities we've been to now, there have been fires. So
I left out the Mage
Yes.
fire, yes.
Yeah.
yeah, really glad that that part at this point isn't attached to our reputation.
Next
love-
city, no
love
fires.
fires. Yeah.
Explosive goodness.
You better not
Yeah.
set my home on fire. I'll be very mad.
Well, New Fugleby is first, so set that city on
Okay,
fire.
get
and
it
then
out
not
of the
your
way there,
home.
then.
Yeah.
Put it on the list.
Also, in Azari and Elwyn as the highest intelligence stat, I'll just remind you as well. There was the also potential of stopping back at that ranch on the way back. which you'd kind of miss the opportunity if you take the airship.
The ranch is what, like a day out?
Yeah, roughly.
Well, team, if we're talking about this now.
Mhm.
We can walk and talk.
Yeah.
We still have to pick up our things from Eckhart, so.
The only one that's ready today is Azaria's crossbow. The armor and Abe's axe will be ready in, I think it's 2 days from this one.
What about my silver spear? I was getting my spear silvered by somebody.
Oh, I don't even recall that, but that would happen like within a day too. So if you did that yesterday, it's ready today.
And my enhanced padlock.
That happened almost instantly.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if
So-
we're taking some time to rest, I'll just wait to pick it all up in one go.
Yeah,
But-
that was unless we rickshaw again, it would take me too long to get over there. Just with everything that I've got going on. But because again of me and resting, if it's only like a day, I guess like we could always go to the ranch and check in. Also, it's maybe not super important to talk to Dan the Paladin. I don't know. At this point, it feels like there's so many things that are bigger.
He may have useful information.
Yeah, I think the reason I wanted to talk to him was because he was just another witness who was, I think, at the Battle of Bar, I think. I don't know.
He was.
Yeah, so that's, I think, why I thought maybe he could lend some insight. Or I don't know. But
Is there anything more than what we got from Charity, who was also there?
probably not.
But also make sure he's alive.
Yeah, maybe isn't the worst call. I don't know.
That attack by the Shinkarai happened pretty close to him, so.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if they would have gone to him first, although, because it's like us that they were targeting, but
Who knows?
yeah. I guess it's a good question if whether or not they're like attacking people that we've come in contact with. Elowen, who all is in your book?
Janet, your brother, and Cap.
Do you want to maybe check in with Cap and see if anyone, like if he's been waylaid by any roving groups of evil but hot assassons?
All hot? I thought there was only the one.
Yeah.
It
I don't know if
is
they're
just the
all
one.
hot.
From my personal context, it's just the one. So if we're going by that kind of bias, then maybe they all are all hot. But
There are 10, but they keep stabbing you.
honestly, 12.
Yeah, I was like,
Makes it better.
Yeah, I could do that. Perhaps we can sit down somewhere for lunch. I can write a message.
That would be
Sounds
so
good.
great. I would love to sit
I'm starving.
for a little bit.
All right. So you guys get out of this central district, and what are you vibing for lunch? Like, what is the kind of place that you find and sit down at?
the greasiest food.
I was
like
gonna say something like
hangover
that.
Food.
Comfort
I was
food.
gonna say brunch or like greasy diner.
Balesville pub grub.
All right. So after asking around for a bit, you guys are directed conveniently back to your kind of district. It's a bit being the commerce kind of center of the city. It is still a bit pricey, but you can find just about any type of food that you're wanting there in restaurant form. You guys find... why was I not ready for foodstuffs?
How could you
Always got to be ready for foodstuffs.
not? After Valbridge? Come on, man.
Oh, man.
Really did set a high standard there.
What can I say? I'm so good
Shooting yourself in the foot.
being a DM.
Yes, you
All
are.
right. So the place you guys find. Let's have. Who said greasy food? It was Logan, right?
Logan.
Yeah.
All right, Logan. Can I have you roll me a d20?
Oh yeah. Let's get the die that would have killed me if things had gone a little longer. The most average of rolls, a 10.
A 10. All right.
Hi, Hop.
The place where you end up, like, for the most part, it's kind of, meat and potatoes kind of vibes. And the lunch special is looking like some good sausage, cheese, plums, and some honey cakes. And those sausage, they are greasy.
Sounds like a real hobbit kind of lunch.
Oh, yeah. Just like a family of hobbits in this place, and they just halflings, trademark. Damn it, Christy. And they've all got these like tall chef hats that are probably taller than they are, and they're just whooshing about the kitchen.
Love it.
I will pull out my book while we're sitting here, and I'll write a quick message to Cap, just like a.
Cap, it's Eloin. Just wanted to check in and see how you are doing.
And it comes up in the book, right?
Yes, I write it in the book, and the words read.
You don't have to do the voice, Teni.
Do the voice. Do the voice.
Sorry,
Do your
so
best, Cap.
right, you write in the book, and then it comes back in your head?
No, I think the words appear on the book.
Okay, first word is R.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Hello,
He's
and
fine.
it's good to hear from you. Things are good, sailing about still. I haven't heard much in regards to your stranger. Still checking.
I appreciate it, Cap. You haven't been followed or anything? We seem to have trouble following us, and we wanted to make sure that the people we've met along the way are still all right.
Well, why would anybody be following me when the trouble's always following you, it seems? Arr. And
An excellent point. R.
aye, she's getting it.
All right. Well, if you have nothing to report, it was good to talk to you again, Cap.
In seriousness, no trouble out here on the seas. It's last I heard, my ship nemesis Blue Spark was heading south, so the waters are safe.
Wait, sorry, let's go back a hot second there. Blue Spark? That's a name we've just recently come across as well. What do you know about them?
Well, when I last left you, Sevens told me that Blue Spark was heading south, and so I wanted to go chase her. But she clearly left a long time ago.
Wait, who is Blue Spark? Is it a ship? What did he say?
It's a person, assumedly a captain of a ship.
It was in Bernarda's notes.
Yeah. The moment it like comes up on the page, because I'm like reading over your shoulder, I just immediately am like breathing really like heavily onto you, like with my notebook out, like,
No, grab the notebook.
I'm ready. Tell him. I just like say it's me and that he needs to tell me everything he knows about this Blue Spark ASAP. It's a matter of importance.
Do you know where Blue Spark might be heading?
Not a clue. She was the scourge of the Smoky Gulf, but guess she got tired. Well, that's just the Cap way. I'm gonna have to step in.
Or you could follow her.
Well, should I? I kind of want to.
Yes.
Honestly,
Yes.
Cap, if you're not doing anything else, we would like to know more about Blue Spark.
Well, after, kind of setting up a trade route with the Druids, kind of got a little bit of responsibility. Should I change my prerogative? Oh, wow, that's not in his vocabulary. Should I change my aim?
R.
Change my fate.
You could change your
Change
aim.
your fate, would ya?
Sorry, Jesse.
I can look up at the group.
I want to be careful if he does do that.
That's
It
true.
might be dangerous.
I mean, that's just going to encourage him.
I was gonna say,
You're
let's not
right. It
tell
might
him
be
that.
pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
I would also like to remind you that you guys told Charity to go on a freaking walk and go
Yeah.
find Cap at
Yeah, we did
Gendry.
tell Charity
Oh,
to...
okay.
Mm.
Okay. No.
We
So
tell him to stay.
Yeah,
We tell him to
stay.
stay.
Wait for Charity.
I
But we
wasn't
do
there
need to
in that
give Charity
conversation.
this new information. And
Hey, Natalie.
yeah, we need to give Charity this new information about Blue Spark. Ask him to tell us information. All we know is that it's a girl and she's going south. What does he know about her, if anything?
Do you know anything else about her, Cat?
She's a ruthless fighter. She's the captain of the Worthy Storm. I've never met her, but I want to fight her.
That's fair. Is
He
there
said
any
she was his nemesis.
Yeah, she is my nemesis. Totally replying and, out of the book.
I'm just
To
writing out
Adam.
anything
She
anyone
is
says.
his
Cap
nemesis.
just like
He
pulls
is
himself out of the
not
book.
hers.
She is my nemesis.
He wouldn't hear you.
Yeah. But what I'm hearing is that you're not her nemesis.
I don't write that.
Is there any pirates such as yourself have rumors spread? Is there anything that's been spread that what she looks like or anything?
Perhaps on a scale of 1 to 10.
Not this time, Abe. This is serious business.
Don't believe you know.
She could be seriously hot.
From what I heard, on a scale of 1 to Cap, she's no Cap. No Cap.
That would be favorable,
Cool.
wouldn't it?
Cool. Your
Anything
is-
else, though?
yeah,
other
that's
than the
really
scale?
a descriptor would be the main thing I was looking for there. I could go around looking for ugly captains, I guess, but
As far as I'm aware, she's competing with me for the biggest hat. I think I'm still winning. Can't really know. If you want to know more, I'd probably suggest a lot of ship folk who kind of travel far and wide might end up at Misty Grotto. But if you lads who want vacation will sail around the continent and come up in the Wamora Sea.
We didn't actually go there, right? We were just very close to it.
You did not go there.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Interesting.
Are we done? This hurts my head.
Yep.
Yeah, we can be done, Cap.
Oh, thank God.
But I'll check in if you do hear any more about her. Certainly a person of interest for us now.
All right, and you said someone named Charity's gonna try and find me?
Yes, that may be the case.
Or an associate.
I just
Associate part of charity.
Ellen, you should maybe really impress upon him how important of a person she is. So he's
Right.
not
No,
his-
she is very important in the
Yeah.
Ascendancy. If they come looking, you should definitely talk to her.
Now, hold on. When you say important within the Ascendancy, do you mean important enough to arrest me, kind of? Not that I did anything?
No.
No. Look, she probably could, but that's not why we're sending her to you.
Okay, I guess I'll find out why then when she gets here, I guess. Sure, any timeline?
I wasn't here for this conversation. What am I telling him?
There's a lucrative deal that might be coming your way from her about a trade route, and correspondence with the elves. She won't arrest you.
Okay, these are all words I like. All right, very acceptable. Right, well, I'll stay in the area of Gandry then.
All right.
Any, what she look like?
She is a dwarf. I don't know if she herself
She's
will
a
come.
gnome.
Is she a gnome? I don't know what she
She's
is.
a gnome.
I'm making stuff up.
She herself is a gnome.
Wow, it's canon now.
A dwarf. I don't know if she herself will come or an associate. She's quite busy.
All right. Well, I'll keep an ear open.
Thank you, Cap.
Arr. And you guys are nearly finishing up your meals.
As we get closer to the end of the meal as well, I think I am gonna pull out the letter that Valoon sent me.
So, Azaria, I think you all know about this letter.
Here. Don't know
Everyone
what it
was
says.
there.
It's from Valoon. He'd like to meet me. And I think I should probably do that. I was hoping you all would come with me.
You don't have to ask.
Of course we will. Does he mention at all the reason to why he wants to meet?
No, he just said he wanted to meet. He gave me his address, sort of. We could try going this evening, perhaps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Thank you.
Never a problem.
You're muted.
Gideon, what did you end up doing with that cloak?
Well, assuming it survived being inside the burning building and providing shelter for me, I would have hung it up. I'm not wearing it.
It did survive, almost
Oh, that's
unscathed.
That's fascinating. Worth looking into. That's a story for a different time, I suppose. It's just hanging in my closet in my room.
Awesome. All right. So, what is your guys' plan for the day? It's roughly 2 p.m.
Is there like what district would it be that has like maybe kind of like the higher end of like trinket or like music related things?
That sounds like you might want to take a trip over to Gaudium Lane, which is more like the high-class entertainment district. But being an entertainment district, it wouldn't be surprising that bards might buy high-class instruments, or just the musically inclined.
Cool. Well, I feel like shit, so I'm not up for a whole lot. Anyone want to go shopping?
That seems like a lot
Could
of
kill
walking
some
for you.
time.
I
Sure.
figure we could probably rickshaw over or something, and then I could probably walk around the district.
I need to pick up some supplies to fix my clothes, so yeah, sounds good.
You're not
Relax
just going for
slowly.
the bare abdomen look going forward.
It's a good look, but once we get to the mountains, it's going to be a little cold.
Did you consider maybe like I don't know, like a coat or like a tunic or something that's fur lined, but then there's just a square cut out at the bottom of it so your abs are on display?
I could probably finagle that, yes.
It's going to say some sort of crop top.
Oh,
Oh, you.
interesting.
Oh
Okay.
my god, Drac needs to wear like a man crop top.
Yeah.
That's such a good look for you. I would love
The 80s, baby.
Like
We are bringing
furry
it back.
open vest, but it only goes yay high.
But Ryan,
Keeps you warm.
the 80s doesn't happen for 30 years. It's the year 52 EOA.
Well, it's the 80s all the
Bring it
time,
back
man.
before it even happened.
Oh,
I'm
wait.
glad I'll be alive for the 80s, assuming, buildings don't keep exploding on me.
What was the Shanday's response to getting warm clothes, Rhea? I fully forgot.
Yes, they'll provide
Oh,
us
okay.
with warm clothes when we head out.
Oh, like they're gonna get them for us, or do we get them and they reimburse us?
They have a large supply of stuff, I think.
Fuck yeah! All right, that's great.
Regardless,
Sweet. We'll get
I'm
some
pretty
work in
used to the temperatures back home, so I don't think I'll be too hard off for clothes.
That's why a furry crop top seems perfect.
That sounds good to me.
Oh, we should
Furry
find
Find
crop
out once
top
you put it on.
Well, but if your whole thing is like wearing things you hunted, we should find like a polar bear up in the mountains or something.
Ooh.
You could make the vest yourself.
Oh,
I do like making clothes.
Now a
Guys-
vest I could see. That would be cool.
You know those like kind of like they're hoodies, but they're t-shirts, but they're cropped. It's one of those, but the hood is like the head of the bear. Yeah, and then it's
That would
cropped.
be pretty cool.
That would be. I mean, I feel like what mom doesn't want their estranged son to come home in kind of like a bear crop top? Am I right?
I mean, my
Probably
father
go
used
over
to
pretty
make some
well.
pretty, or used to bring home some pretty interesting monsters for us to turn into stuff. So it wouldn't be the weirdest thing she's seen, that's for sure.
I don't know how it works in your village. Maybe like is it like a warrior thing if your abs are on display?
I mean, it certainly helps.
Can't hurt.
Cool.
It can't hurt. Not at home. It doesn't hurt. We're all used to the cold up there.
Makes sense.
For those of us
What we
not
should
used to
do-
the cold, we'll get some winter clothes.
Yes.
Sounds
You all should wear winter clothes. Maybe Abe would be okay, I think.
Crop top too then? Good.
Yes.
My friend, I
that's-
think you would look fantastic in a crop top.
I mean, in a way, like the way that you wear your poncho could be like kind of finagled to a crop top thing, but if like a full crop top is in your heart, you should follow that instinct, I think.
This is the kind of conversation that happens not even a day after almost all of your friends die.
That's right.
Yeah.
You
What
have to
what
lighten
is
the
a
mood
better
somehow.
yeah, what's a better celebration of life than just showing off your ripped abs? I would show off mine, but I have full armor. It's a little bit more difficult.
Oh,
It's like the big chainmail that just has an opening.
Yeah, unfortunately, that it's a kind of an area where if I were to get stabbed, it would be really
It would be
bad.
bad, yes.
I think
Your
I will
abs don't
keep.
reflect blows like mine do.
No, I don't have built-in like scales, so
Yes.
I think I'll keep my inner organs protected.
That's a good idea.
Maybe I could paint on get one of those shirts.
Armor that's just painted abs.
What do you think this +1 tunic does?
are you guys gonna rickshaw over to Gaudium Lane, or are you just walking?
This is happening. This is happening
on
in
the
the rickshaw.
I was
Okay.
gonna say,
So-
Obviously.
4 gold
Amen.
pieces need to be spent.
Or
Abe might just walk back to the inn on his own.
All right.
That's-
Hey, we have a rule. We don't go anywhere alone in this city.
I can join him.
Thank you, Gideon.
It's fine, Abe. Don't worry about
I can cover the
I won't even be
rickshaws.
here.
also.
We all like, because we're all going to go with Alwyn tonight. Should we agree on a time to meet near wherever this address is?
It's actually quite close to Gaudium Lane.
Oh, hey.
Well, that works out.
If you would just like to meet us there later this evening.
Certainly.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, let's go shopping, Nell.
Yoki.
All right. Nell, what is it you're looking for?
Is
her girlfriend.
what? Yeah.
my
Is there anywhere
God.
that sells sheet music?
Oh yeah.
Or like yes, that's where I'd like to go.
Yeah, I mean, like this district, like it's combination of like fancy like cafes where the students go. Like there's a theater, fancy restaurants. There are like music stores, like upper class purchasings can happen around here. So yeah, you find a music store, sheet music, instruments.
Cool. I stare at a bunch of the music. I'm like, I don't know what any of this means. Just like picking them up, like the one failing of my brain. Like, I don't read this language.
If I'm proficient with the dulcimer, am I able to read sheet music? It's probably
Kinda.
different back home. but...
You're like familiar with the concept of rhythm, but not pitch in sheet music.
Right, okay. But like I can kind of get the gist of it enough to help Nell figure out what she's looking for, maybe?
Sure.
Okay. I'll like point out
Right.
some notes that look similar. I'm like, oh, I used to play something like this back home, maybe? I don't remember. It's been a while since I touched a dulcimer. But
Yeah. I guess I just go up to the front and be like, "Hi. Can you just point me in the direction of kind of like a I don't know, like a good song for the lute?"
And behind the counter, wearing a large wig with like white powdered wig with curled at the bottom, and whips around this Argonfolk individual. Yes! Hi. So, you're looking for a sheet of lute music, am I right?
Yeah. Yep.
Very good.
Yes.
And they like very daintily come from around the counter and come over to the section of sheet musics. They're like, all right, let's see. I'm flipping through. What kind of a lutey mood are you going for?
Like a fun, or like kind of like a uplifting.
Ooh, fun and
You know-
uplifting. All right, keep it going.
Yeah, or if it like tells a story of someone like doing what they want, like they're following their passion.
So are you
Yeah.
looking for something with like accompanying lyrics, or is this more of the vibe kind of thing?
I don't know. Show me both, I guess. Maybe
Very good.
lyrics.
All right. All right. I will give you a couple of pieces here. So this one is named Phantom Light. The composer made this one so it is very like airy and floaty, but free-spirited. Hence the phantom part of it. And this one is called Find Your Way. I think it was created by somebody. Oh dear, the details are slipping my mind. But this one is a bit more on the nose of what you were describing for, finding your way. This is the one with the lyrics. So, there are bars that have the vocal melody as well.
Okay. Yeah, that one. Thank
So
you.
this could be more of a duet piece. Yes, very good. Is it just the sheet music for you today?
Do you have any of the blank kind that you could make your own as well?
Yes. One moment.
Okay.
And they go back to the front counter and just like pull out like this like folder of blank sheet music. It's like, how many pieces are you requiring?
I quickly flip through the one that I just got to see how much it goes into one song.
Like the pieces you got are maybe about like 3 to 4 pages.
How? 50?
50 pages. Okay, very good. If will that be everything for you today?
What's a good instrument for a beginner? Just curious.
Oh my. Good instrument for a beginner. Well, I mean, the lute is a classical one to start with. It's
Never mind. No, it's fine. Just this is good. That's it. That's
well,
it.
I was going to say in regards to a beginner was, whatever your heart springs you toward, that is good for a beginner. Because regardless of where you're going, you must start somewhere.
Is there one that looks kind of cool when you play it?
I recommend the bagpipes.
I think
I've heard they are a charming instrument.
Someone who knows.
like Rhea, like.
No, I
Yeah?
shake my head no as I say that.
Oh, okay. No, I think that's okay.
I whisper, "Is this for the girl you're trying to impress?"
What? Baby? I don't know.
Okay. I think the lute were like.
He already has a
lyre.
lute. Once for me. He has the lute
Okay,
already.
What about like a lyre? It's like a little harp type thing.
If you're needing any assistance, I'm still here.
Yeah. The little harp, please.
Oh, one little harp, a lyre? Yes. Oh, very good.
What? Okay. I just shove a bunch of gold over. I don't know. How much? Sorry.
All right, for 1 lyre and several pages and a couple
Now
of...
it looks like she has to pee because she's so uncomfortable. Mhm.
Trying to find the cat.
Drac has found a dulcimer and is just in the corner playing it. Just like, do.
All right, so your grand total today is looking at about 30 gold pieces, 4 silver, and 3 copper.
Okay. 30. Sorry, how much silver? 4?
4 silver,
And how much copper?
3 copper.
Okay. Here you go.
It is a pleasure doing business with you. Good luck with the lyre.
Yep. Just like shoving everything into the bag holding. I like ran out of the store.
Ta-ta!
Oh, are we done? Oh, crap.
Drops it.
Wait, I can help you if you need any assistance.
40 feet of speed out the door.
Absolutely capital, my dear boy.
Step of the wind. Dash.
Yeah.
Colossus,
Cool.
I don't know what just happened.
Anyone else need anything? Drac, you needed something, right? Let's go to your thing. Yep, let's go. None of us are ever talking about that ever again. Nothing. I didn't buy anything in there. Nothing happened. So you needed supplies.
That was a pretty normal interaction you had.
Should I ask? No.
Okay, anyways, I'm gonna go find a
What
fabric store.
actually is happening?
What?
Don't worry about
Just-
it, Eloise.
what?
You'll find out soon enough,
It's
I'm
like
sure.
a whisper in Elowen's ear. I think she has a crush.
Oh. Okay.
Clothing.
Yeah,
Clothing.
Jack's just gonna find
Crop
like
tops.
yeah some
Crop tops
material.
for everyone.
A high-end crop top store.
Mhm. Well, no,
Yeah,
it's
Denny,
not
what's the
make-
name of the highest end crop top store in the city?
Pop crop?
The highest end crop top store in the city. All right, let's see here.
Cloud top crop top.
Oh my.
Ooh.
Top crop shop.
Hot crop it.
Crop it!
I think that's it.
There it is.
Hot crop it.
Hot crop it.
I mean, Drac is gonna buy materials to make it himself, but I think he's got to go to hot crop it first.
Hey, my guy!
Have we seen Bull Bar if we haven't been to Hot Crop It? I don't think so. It's like a staple of the city.
This is
So.
the shop. This is the place here that we're supposed
Yeah.
to go.
So you make your way into Hot Crop It.
Yeah, as you do.
So what is it you're looking for?
Well, I want a crop top for Drac, but he's either gonna make it himself or buy one. So how much is it to buy one, and how much would be materials?
Ah, very good.
'Cause it's purely gonna be based on price for him.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
There he is.
There who is?
Quick intermission for everyone to
Oh,
look at the
Reginald.
naked baby.
No more cone.
That's it.
I hate Mondays. Yawn, where's the lasagna?
You alright, Denny?
Yes. So
You're just looking for the section in the DM's guide about
for crop top.
Crop tops?
Crop shop? Yeah, okay.
I'm debating whether I should cut off a little bit from the price of a tunic.
Stop.
That
I'd
feels
say the lower half of the price.
This episode started so serious and so dreadful. Now here we are.
That's why
needed
we're
this.
so slap happy now.
Perfect.
How we go?
So, looking around the store, it's like manned by like a bunch of teenagers who are like, they're like, this might be their first job. They're trying to figure out who they are. Hey, man, if you need help,
I know more than you.
Yeah, right, old man. Whatever. When you're ready, come up to the counter. I'm just gonna make him human. It's just he's got shorts on and a button-up like floral shirt, and he walks up to the counter and just waits for you to buy whatever you're buying. 5 silver for the crop top, or 1 silver for the material, probably elsewhere.
Yeah, I think I'll just grab material then.
Later, nerd.
Wait, I want to grab an Abe-sized crop top. I wasn't sure if that was a joke or not, but maybe it'll make him laugh. So, can I get like a blue one?
Yeah, there's blue.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I get paid minimum wage. You think I'm gonna put in as much effort? I'll put in as much effort
What
as
is
you pay
minimum
me.
wage in Brobar?
I don't know.
You don't know how much you get paid?
My first day. I didn't ask about my wage during my interview.
What if
That
you're
feels
not
like
getting
the-
paid?
Yeah.
Well, then I'm out of here. And these guy just straight up leaves.
Oh, was he the only person here?
No. Then it's like some woman comes out of the back and it's like, "Hey, Tony, where you going?" And just like runs out after him. And now those were the only people that were in the store.
All right. Well, I just grabbed the crop top I want and put 5 silver on the counter.
Yep.
What the hell is going on?
What is going on?
This is the weirdest store.
Very strange. I mean, I like it, but it's weird. Anyways, I'm gonna go find some materials.
We'll just expedite that and say you
Yeah.
find some material for a silver piece. Enough to
Cool.
make a crop top. get
I'm
and
gonna
Gideon.
get enough to make like a few, but yeah.
Sure, then we'll call it 2. Or
Great.
a silver piece for each crop top you want to make.
All right. I won't say how many I'm gonna get.
Uh-oh.
Everyone's getting crop tops.
All their problems are going to be
Each day
solved.
is a 10-day.
Then we'll be ready for the beach episode.
You got to get down to Mystic Grotto first.
Hell yeah.
All right. So Abe and Gideon, 2 of you have gone back to the inn.
As we're walking, I just want to say to Gideon,
Sometimes Nell and Drac take their shopping very seriously. I just, needed some space from that efficiency that they operate with sometimes.
Yeah, that's kind of when I volunteered as well. Just needed some space. Last night was rough.
It was.
Are you okay?
That is a loaded question.
It is quite a loaded question.
I don't know if any of us are okay.
No, probably not. But why did look, I'm not gonna tell the group that you stayed in with Bernardo. That's your job. All right, but that something's going on there.
for a brief moment, he looks angry. Like his eyebrows drop. Heavy angled. But then they sort of return to a neutral position.
We wouldn't deny Drac his prayers. Nor Nell. We wouldn't tell Rhea that they weren't allowed to worship in their own way. But we would tell someone that they cannot die according to their faith.
No, I suppose not. However, that person didn't want to kill us. Damn near succeeded. Well, they endangered countless lives with that plan of theirs. They were willing to stop however many other people could have been affected by that explosion. We haven't even taken into account collateral damage. Who knows how many lives they'd have ended? How many people they would have stopped from practicing their faith properly? If that's the argument we want to go with.
They would say the same for us.
Perhaps. I just want to know, and again, you don't have to tell me, but I'm curious. Why did you stay? And I won't tell anyone. You have my word.
I had the naive thought that when I completed the ritual with my soul shard, that I would have time before Malden pursued me. Perhaps months, maybe years. That I could be some semblance of ready and perhaps not surrounded by people I care deeply about. When Malden's wrath came crashing down on me. I was stunned at the lack of forethought I had.
Oh, that lack of forethought. This issue took a back seat in my brain too, Abe. I was just as surprised as you were, I'm sure. Honestly, I thought we were, not gonna see them for a while. Keep forgetting there's a lot of them. Big group. We really gotta keep our heads on a swivel moving forward. I don't know. I was worried that it was another reason. Maybe you'd given up. So I wanted to check in.
There was a part of me that wanted to.
Well, I'm glad you didn't. Because if you did, I'd not have made it out of that building. I wasn't leaving you there.
Why did you fire your blunderbuss?
Been thinking about that a lot myself. But strange resurgence of a memory. It's faded, it's cloudy. Can't quite put a visual to it, but I got the feeling that after the event I was not I was in a dark place, a very bad place. I haven't felt that angry in a long time. And, well, once Bernarda started casting that spell, I didn't know what was gonna come out of that. So I figured I'd try to put an end to that before anything happened. Figured If Bernarda cast a spell, it was going to make a lot of noise anyways. Might as well make my noise first.
That is a frustratingly friendly response.
I get that a lot.
Well, I know we only just got back, but it almost seems like we have to leave again
Why?
to make Elowen's meeting.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Can we just, like, stay here for, like, 5 minutes?
Sure. We can take alternate transportation back.
That's fair. I'm buying.
I won't fight you for it.
As
Good.
you two sit down at a table in the Wanderlust Inn, Tyrone comes over. By the way, only because I'm guessing it was you, and he points to Gideon. Please don't take anything out of the kitchen, even if you leave money that could cost me my job.
I'm sorry, it was an emergency and I left more than enough to pay for a replacement.
I think they're also going to stop putting me on the night shift, which might work in my favor.
If that works in your favor, that's great. If it doesn't work in your favor, you let me know and I will talk to them personally about how much of a good employee you are.
Oh boy. Please don't do that. I'm so scared.
Okay, I won't then. All right, I will follow your lead in this situation.
Just be sure to leave one in the cup.
You know what? Next time I will. I just needed the alcohol for medical sterilization.
Also makes sense. Very good.
Strong stuff. Don't drink that.
He takes your guys' order, and by that I mean Gideon's, and brings you whatever it is you asked for, and then you guys can make your way out and meet up with the rest of your party. So we'll say you guys reconvene roughly around the time that they're finishing up in the Gaudium Lane area. So, like, on the main road between the Arcanet North and Gaudium Lane.
Hey, I don't know if you want to wear this, but I got you a crop top, and I just throw it at you. Ah! Here you go.
We actually
Robo-
went and bought those things.
Grobo also walks up and displays his crop top that nobody can remember him paying for.
Oh my god, actually, yes. I love it.
Does it have any designs on it?
Oh yeah, it's like a light
The
blue with
mushrooms?
like pink like parrots.
Wow, I love that.
Sorry that yours is not as fashionable as Grobo's. I don't know where he went to get that.
Grobo, did you take that when the people left the store?
He spins around and strikes a pose.
He's a little troublemaker, this one.
He's
The
a
Fae
mushroom
in
man.
him.
The laws don't apply to him, surely.
It's true. I'm surprised that they had a mushroom-sized crop top.
Yeah.
How did he get it over his head?
He like shows that he had to like climb in through the neck and like pull it up.
Amazing.
All right, little buddy, I'm gonna pick him up and put him back in the vines.
All right. So
All right, Elowen, where are we going?
To the Elfiner Cross. Looking for one of the hoses in the back. The green door, north side of the block.
All right.
I guess I'll lead.
So, as you guys make your way away from the entertainment district, which is just full of lights, scents, and all kinds of exotic purchases, I guess, to be made. As you've experienced, eccentric stores for sure. You guys find yourselves moving into a more residential district, quite a bit cleaner in its feel. Townhouses that are wall to wall and just kind of lined down the street, with stairs leading up to doors into their own little like 2 or 3 storied houses, very skinny though. And as you're walking down on the north side of this street, you come to one with a green door, and it's a nice place. It's got these iron wrought railings that follow the stairs up toward the door. Red brick. And a nice circular window above the door. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh my god. Why are you doing this to me?
Brutal, dude.
Danny loves how Dallas just has to be alone with her
You
thoughts
just
for
love
2
for me to
weeks.
sit and think about stuff, don't you?
Another 2 weeks of torture for Dallas.
You literally said at the start of this episode, I don't even know if what I want to talk about.
I don't, but I don't know if I will in 2 weeks either.
That's perfect. Oh my. Well, thank you all for joining us this evening. It was quite the thing coming into this episode. Hopefully, I'm sorry, players, for the trouble I cause you over and over again. I'm so glad you keep coming back for it.
We
See
love
this,
it.
Denny? I got more gray hair.
We
now.
love it.
We're suckers for torment, so it's fine.
Thank you, Colossus and Jonimus, for being here in the chat. Always great to see you.
Oh yeah.
And congratulations, players, on reaching level 8.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
I get a feat.
Ooh.
Woo!
Possibilities?
Full health on
Baby.
camera.
Yeah, sure. Let's go for it. Everybody roll your healths following our house rule. If you roll less than half, you'll get half.
Come on, roll
I
20.
don't know which one I'm taking,
I?
though. I haven't looked
Big
into
8.
it.
Hoi! Oh, great.
At least that becomes a 6.
It do. It.
Okay. I got a 5.
I don't even know what my
Boy.
hit dice are.
I got a 5 plus 2.
Oh, so close. Almost had 69. Shame.
Yeah, I'm 5 away.
Your boy will be taking a monk level, most likely.
Oh my god, if I take a level of paladin, I can get an ability score increase or a fee?
Well, I think we know where you're going with that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, definitely paladin. I guess I could roll that. What's my paladin?
D10, I
D10.
believe.
D10.
Everything in my life is a fucking goddamn D10.
I also like the thematic reasoning for that, because this session, in one of the most potentially tragic moments of your life, you grew a feather beard,
Yeah,
and you were like, "Fuck off."
yeah, just really felt very
Thematic.
poignant. Yeah, for sure. Especially when these things play like a movie in your mind, you're like, oh, this scene's gonna be so emotional, but then you don't really think about your character having a feather beard during that.
Yeah, that's not something that you have foresight for?
Rolled so bad. So I rolled a 2. So what do I take?
So you'd go half, so 5, I believe it is.
5,
Plus your con.
which is good now. So it's a 9 total. Is that how that
Okay.
works?
All right, so Christy got a 9. Adam, what'd you get? 8?
8. And then
Is that-
plus 3, so 11 total.
All right, fantastic. Anthony.
I got a 5 plus 3, so 8 total. I'm at
8.
68 max.
Nice. Dallas.
4 plus. I can't do this math. I'm at 59 now.
Damn it. I'm trying to write the number down. So okay, you're at 59.
I rolled a
Okay.
4, yeah, and then I add something to that.
4 plus something.
What is
Excellent.
it? I don't know.
Logan, go ahead.
I'm at 64 now.
Come on, guys. What was the numbers you rolled?
Oh, it was
Plus
5
your con.
plus 2.
So 7.
5 plus 2. Yeah.
Okay, Gideon.
I rolled a 3, but that gets bumped up to 6 plus 2 is 8.
All right. Fantastic. I've got all your numbers recorded, so now I can properly update the overlays.
Wait, does
And,
it get? Is it half or is it the half plus 1?
What?
Because if Gideon rolled a 3, shouldn't it be bumped to 5 or is it to 6? Because that's the average.
The average is rounded up, I believe. I'm not sure. I'll check.
We can
Least
do
my
this
health is down.
after
There's
this
like the-
episode.
Should we
Figure
let
out
the
on our
lovely
own.
people go?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to go raid Brant's Bits. So
Brant.
join us as we go and check out what he's playing. And thank you all for being here this evening. And we will be back in 2 weeks' time. And until then, may you always play nicely. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.